Too many tabs. Too many tabs.
That's fine, Dally.
It only just went out, right?
I mean, the stream doesn't really need to know.
Yeah, they don't need to know about.
That's fine, guys. But when the stream stopped, the recording also stopped.
So.
Oh.
Okay.
Because it automatically does that, and I'm not sure how to.
The stream's back.
Yeah, no, I have the stream reconnected, and then I restarted the recording as well. But yeah, as long as we didn't lose too much.
So those except for Ellen and Smarty, Ellen and who else was keeping rigorous track of the ammo? Someone was
keeping track of food, not ammo.
Oh, you were keeping track of food?
I wasn't.
Ellen.
My food, anyway.
Ellen, since you're keeping track of like.
I mean, so actually, I'm keeping track of. You gave me so many energy cells. Energy cells is like 30 shots, and I use 4 shots around.
Pizza.
And I have 10 energy cells, so.
That is a lot. But since you're keeping track of your ammo, everyone else send me your ammo and food, and I will keep track of everything else.
All right. I would just say in the cart there is 29 foodstuffs, 100 water.
Just send it to me.
Yeah.
Just when you get a chance, just send it to me. Which is a good thing because Eli doesn't use ammo. That's good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Question, Hatter. Can Pulse recharge energy cells using other energy cells?
That implies.
Does she have to use up an energy cell, or can she just fill it up from another?
Basically, keep track of your the amount of ammo you have in total, and then just when you're shooting in battle, keep track of that. You don't have to keep track of individual cells with energy in them.
Okay, I'm gonna do that anyway, because I like my system, but yes. Okay. It functions.
You can transfer energy from one cell to another. I'm fine with that. Because that's basically just taking a bullet out of a clip and putting it into a different clip.
Yep.
Anyway, so with that, was there a scene anyone else wanted to do? Or I guess finish this scene.
Oswin, once this is done, is just going to go off and kind of just wait until we start talking smack talk again.
So, what? You get 1,000 or?
Yeah, I get 1,000 all on my own. Just the total mission, payment is going to be about 4,000. So each person gets 1,000. So I get 1,000, which of course I'll share with you guys.
What do you need Claire for?
Well, I don't really need her, but Oswin is insisting I have extra protection and extra people watching my back, so to make my girlfriend happy, I am asking Claire to help me. Well, not help me, but watch my back.
So if you get 1,000, she's sort of doing math in it, so that's 200 each for all of us.
Well, we're going to have to pay for the room at Miss Cherry's, which is going to be about 800.
We really need to get more money.
Yeah, we need more caps. We should have taken Jimbo's offer.
When you say we really need more caps, Clark is like,
yes, more than we have now.
I guess the way to look at it is, if we have people there to back Clark up in case it goes wrong, better chance of getting the money.
Fine, but if you get in trouble, I'm not involved.
Claire?
What?
Please?
I said yes.
Okay.
Alright then. Hey, should we maybe talk to the giant AI?
Might be a good idea.
It's not like he's going anywhere.
She kind of realizes that she's got herself up onto the top of the databank and is like, how do I get down?
How did I get up here?
How did I get up here? It's the Desmond the Moon Bear. How'd I get up here?
The end.
I can fly you.
Oh yeah. She holds out her arms to be flown down.
Yeah, boss flies her down.
Thank you. Ruffles her hair.
No problem.
I have to think of a way to get rid of those wings.
No.
No, you don't.
You let her have them in the first place. Don't take them away from her.
It's your fault.
Okay,
My
but
fault.
don't blame the DM. He will do things.
Well, that's true. But now, just so you know, that was more of a. I'm talking to myself, but easily it could have been the big bad going. Yeah, that's something I need to get rid of. That's an advantage I can't let them have.
You know what this means? I'm
War?
going to have to ask.
Get bionic wings that shoot missiles.
Basic. Well,
Justice
we're gonna
reigns
turn-
from
Rain
above.
down upon you.
Yes. We're gonna turn Pulse into Farah. That doesn't really fit the ship. Anyway, I'm gonna have to ask either Trick or the people from the vaults to make wing armor.
But that's going to give you a massive penalty to flying.
No.
Yeah, it would.
It so would. Anyway, you wanted to talk with the giant AI that is currently listening to everything that's been said and hasn't said a word.
So hey, SMACC.
Yes.
Don't tell anyone I'm stealing shit.
Bucky, the master of making me spit take when I don't even have anything in my mouth.
I was hoping that you were gonna do. I was waiting for Bucky to take a sip when I had started my conversation with Fred.
Yes.
I was wanting him to, but he was just like, "You're not. I can't do anything."
You're not. Are you broadcasting right now, SMACC?
Technically, I always am.
But you're not broadcasting what's happening in here, right?
Oh, no.
Good, good. Listen,
Pulse turns back on to the radio. SMACC Talks broadcast.
He's just playing music.
Okay.
yes, listen, first thing we should probably figure out, we don't listen to the radio all the time, so we don't know. How much have you told people about us?
I listen to the radio.
Do you listen to it all the time?
Well,
Basically.
Pulse listens to it in the downtime. Yeah, basically.
And as long as there's not a fight going on, she's listening. And because fights don't actually last all that long, she
but
is almost always
She
listening.
won't listen while she's sleeping, though.
Well, that's
No.
true. And she also won't. She didn't listen for that 1 week that she couldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I
Right.
want SMACC Talk to tell us what he's been telling people. Because we can't have heard all of it.
About you specifically?
To
Question
start,
mark.
To start with, yes. I
Okay.
mean, we need to know what our enemies might have found out about us from you. You are aware that some of the people who tune into your broadcast probably don't like us going around doing the shit we do. Oh, snap, have I dropped?
No.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think in my head what he would have said, because I don't think there is anything.
Did you say anything about the Deathclaw?
What Deathclaw?
The giant
The-
death
The 3-story Deathclaw that attacked Emerald Hills.
I believe so, but I also believe y'all heard that.
Did we?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
I think we did.
What about the giant Skelipede?
No, he talked about that because he said that you saved the vault.
Right. Trying to think.
I don't think there's really anything else that you did that he would comment on.
Unless he
Like he-
commented on the RP session.
He doesn't know that, and he wouldn't comment on that because there's no point. He also doesn't know about the VR vault.
Right.
Did he mention
and-
anything about the, let's see, the Order of the Sacred Flame or the Brotherhood?
Yeah, let's say that he just did a broadcast not too recently that the Brotherhood just kind of in a tuzzle, a tizzle about something that occurred, and
Okay.
so that he's kind of warning people, don't be in that area for a while. They're kind of in one of them moods.
But he didn't mention
Uh,
our involvement.
No, either he didn't know or he didn't say.
Cool.
Because you also have to kind of like realize that he has never said anything negative about you guys, or if he did, it was with something super positive. So he's kind of like put y'all in a really nice light. What was the other one? The Order of the Sacred Flame.
Yeah.
I think at some point he was saying that the Order of the Sacred Flame was let's just say he hasn't done anything about the Order of the Sacred Flame.
Okay.
And
Wouldn't he have warned that activity of dangerous creatures would be higher?
Yes, but yeah, I'll say he did that. Be careful. The outings from the ruins is getting worse.
so you're being fairly careful or discreet, for lack of a better word, about what you're saying about us?
Always have
Good.
about many things. It's kind of my job.
Yeah, but you can forgive us for being a little wary of what you might have said. We don't
You ha-
necessarily know what or at least we didn't necessarily know what your agenda was.
That is quite understandable.
Hey Eli, we're talking smack talk.
That being said, I would like to offer my services.
That's very fortuitous because I had more questions. But what did you have in mind?
Well, Mr. Summers, I had a spoke last night, and we believe that as you keep wishing to be secretive of your private affairs,
Threnody glances at Jude. I mean, what?
more than just interpersonal relationships and the such, as you said, there may be others listening. We decided that if you would accept it, a highly encoded radio frequency
Wait, seriously?
may be of some help. At which point, Mr. Summers, actually no, Mr. Summers doesn't come out. Two Mr. Handies, holding this kind of like tray between the two of them, come out, and they have 5 radios on this tray. And he says, these radios are attached specifically to my very own broadcasting. Anything you say to anyone else on these radios will be sent through me and then sent to wherever required, which is roughly 500 miles around this tower.
So,
Out of character, I've never really made you do this, but like when you're like underground or in specific locations, radio frequencies get kind of gobbly,
fair.
but never to the point that you wouldn't eventually be able to understand what's going on. So, considering this guy has probably the strongest radio broadcast in the entire city, you could probably be in a vault underground and still talk to whoever you wanted.
She's looking wide-eyed at these radios and going, so wait, we could send encrypted radio transmissions to the Chandri or to Constantinople?
Well, the easiest way to do so would be to give them one of these radios. That way, both sides of the conversation are encrypted. They would go through my own broadcasting, and anyone that would attempt to intercept or decrypt it would have to constantly attempt so, as I would constantly encrypt it.
A wide smile slowly grows across Threnodi's face.
That
That's amazing.
sounds
I
100
did-
times better than what I could do. I was actually thinking about doing something like this.
Well, the best kind of security is the one that constantly makes itself better.
Jude smiles at Threnody as well.
So, one for Little Red and Trick at the followers, one for Justinian at Constantinople, one for Wendy and Teddy at the Chandri. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Wait, look, I really hate to say it because you have been so helpful, SMACC, but how do we know we can trust you?
And you can like quite clearly see him like puzzled about this.
Moreover, why do you want to help us? What's Bucky laughing at? What? God damn it, you all inappropriate.
You know, one of those genocidal moods.
Andrea started it.
Yes.
But they're having radio sex with Oz, and well, the issue is that means SMACC Talk is listening to it and be like, could you not? Could you not, mate?
Maybe not, mate.
Yeah. In reference to why, he says, because being human is not being born one, but the actions in which one takes.
Very true.
And let me show you something. And the screen changes, and it's like super fuzzy, and like it has all these like the vacuum tube lines that you see on these like really old screens. And this image pops up.
An image, you say?
Yes.
Loading. It's like lines of light.
Oh.
Hey, you know what this is, Andrea.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm
Cause
gonna
I
SMACC
don't.
Talk says,
throw it up.
yeah, that'd be good.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Yep, he's
I don't-
about to go. I love this thing so much.
Like,
what?
wait, is this a single mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam?
No.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
This is this is
Carl
exactly
Sagan.
what it is. At which point he says, that single dot that you see, and I have to pull up the quote.
A pale blue dot.
Ah! That is not what I thought it was.
What
Oh.
did you think it was, out of interest?
A while ago, NASA sent a probe out and just to go explore deep space, and as it was going farther and farther away, it would take pictures of Earth.
No.
thought-
I know the one. This is the exact thing that you're talking about, except it only took one picture of Earth.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it was meant to investigate deep space, and as it passed every single planet, it would take a picture of said planet. But the very last picture it took was it turned around, because there's two of them. One of them turned around and took a picture of Earth. This was the picture that they received.
Okay, so that
And
okay, so it is.
It blew people's minds.
Yeah.
Just
And
how
SMACC Talk said,
big the universe is.
oh yeah, SMACC Talk says, what do you see?
There's a little dot.
Oh. There's a whole lot
There's
of noise. That's probably some sun ray on the
I
camera
see
lens.
purple, green, yellow,
It's like a
a
little
lot of
rainbow.
black.
Focus in on the farthest beam to the right. You see that dot?
Mm-hmm.
Do
That's
you
here.
have like a? Oh, I
That's
thought it was a
home.
dead pixel.
No. That's us. Everyone on it. Everyone you've ever loved, everyone you've ever known, everyone you ever heard of, and every human being who ever was lived out their lives there. The aggregate of our joys and suffering, thousands of confident religions and ideologies, economic doctrines, every hunter and forger, hero and coward, creator and destroyer of civilizations, every king and peasant, every young couple in love. You almost get a feeling like he's looking directly at you too,
Yeah.
if he could be.
Clark,
Every mother and
meanwhile,
father. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Clark, meanwhile, is just staring down at his crotch contemplatively, completely ignoring what SMACC is saying.
How am I gonna do this? Every mother and father, every hopeful child, inventor and explorer, every cheater of morals, every corrupt politician, superstar and supreme leader, every sinner and saint in the history of our species lived there on a mote of dust suspended in the sunbeam.
Clark looks up at him and says, "So what you're saying is we need to go into outer space?"
I wouldn't mind going into space.
How did you get this?
But how...
Who are you quoting?
Carl Sagan. Out of character, it is Carl Sagan.
No, out of
But
character, I know it's Carl Sagan.
Okay. In character,
Trinity doesn't, that's why she asked.
in character, Carl Sagan didn't say this.
Didn't he?
In character, like in this universe, he didn't say it.
Oh,
Because
Right, alternate
this-
timeline.
Because this picture would have been taken roughly 50 years after it actually happened in our timeline, or even 100 years after our timeline. So Carl Sagan wouldn't have been around to say it,
Oh, okay.
which is unfortunate. But it is canon that they made it to the moon.
Yeah.
And they actually made a base there.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, they had
So we're going to
fights.
space.
They had fights on the moon against the Chinese.
So we're going to space.
Never said that.
We're
but he
going to
says,
space.
Building the rocket.
He says, Earth is a very small stage in a vast cosmic arena. The endless cruelties visited by the inhabitants of one corner of this pixel on the scarcely distinguishable inhabitants of some other corner. How frequent their misunderstandings. Eager to kill one another, how fervent their hatreds. The rivers of blood spilled by those generals and emperors so that in glory and triumph they could become the momentary masters of a fraction of a dot. In their self-imagined importance, the delusions that we are some privileged position in the universe is challenged by a single dot. A lonely speck in the great enveloping cosmic dark. There is no hint of help will come from anywhere else to save us from ourselves, and thus we have to do it ourselves.
So that's why you're wanting to help us?
Again, humanity is not what you are born, but your actions. I'm sorry. He's not thinking about fucking the computer. He's contemplating his dick.
I mean, I didn't say he was thinking about fucking anything. I said he was looking down at his crotch contemplatively.
Because we're talking about small things. Sorry.
Yeah. We're talking about the smallest things in the picture.
I'm friends with you guys.
Okay,
So, but then
Because you
changed
love
it.
us.
all I'm going to
You know
say,
you're just as bad.
I know.
all I'm going to say is that Clark's dick is proportional to the rest of him.
Fair. The rest of him is tiny. I mean, what? Sorry. I'll stop.
I mean,
He's
still
not tiny.
No.
He's just smaller than average.
Yeah.
He's fun size.
He is
like,
fun,
not-
he
not-
is fun
not-
sized.
Not puny, just smaller than average.
It's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean.
And that is Clark's philosophy.
It's the way you rock it.
Hi, Zero. How are you doing?
Did Zero just get in?
It's very much like dot, dot, dot.
This
Hey,
went from
recording
telling Clark
Alfred.
not to steal to very deep things to Clark's penis.
Alabaster approves of whatever it is I'm saying. Anyway.
Oh, that's what he
Alabaster
said.
agrees.
Are you
You're-
quite
are-
okay, Zero?
Are you just? Did you break in?
Blazer!
Did you guys hack into my Skype and just copying old messages?
Yeah, because those are, word for word, the things that Andrea has said to me when I have made remarks about Clark. They're smarty! and telling.
Everyone else was doing it.
What in God's name did I just come back to?
We're all
Oh,
just
God!
we're all just
Me!
putting ellipses in the stream chat because we're amazing. Zero started it.
Well, you see, it went from talking about trying to convince Clark not to steal, to deep philosophical discussion about how majorly huge the universe is and how small
Clark's
we really
penis.
are, to Clark's penis.
Because that's a thing that happens.
Actually,
Like-
we started with Clark's dick and then just made it way back to Clark's
We
dick.
just went full circle.
That is the philosophy of the universe. It ends and begins with Clark's dick.
Super professional
remember-
stream.
Well, remember what I told you guys last week? Legend has it that Clark sprang forth fully formed from a pair of pants.
And
Clark
this
is
is
the
the
son
point
of
in the story.
Dionysus.
And this is the point in the story that somehow the entire party destroys the universe, and Clark has to recreate it with the Big Bang using his dick.
I mean,
Well,
The
if you're gonna
Big
call it
Bang,
the Big Bang.
quite literally.
Andrea, no. We love you, Andrea.
Andrea, stop hurting
If you're
yourself.
going to do
Andrea
it,
hurt
do it with
herself in her
something soft.
confusion.
Andrea was confused. Little birdies float around her head. She hurt herself in her confusion.
I'm sorry, Andrea. We'll get back to the plot.
I'm not sorry.
Never. I'm never sorry.
Get into the mic.
Okay.
Oh,
Hang on, where did my mouse go?
It ran
There.
away in disgust.
Like,
just
My cheeks hurt.
I wonder
Yeah.
why.
Too much laughing. Oh dear. What are we doing?
Bucky used confused.
Blazer has asked to start.
very-
We can start a cult. Blazer wants us to start a cult.
Why?
Who?
I don't know.
Who are you worshipping?
Just
The
saying.
blue dot.
Start a cult surrounding Clark.
Zero
Pair of pants.
is agreed with me, at least.
There are only two things to worship in the wasteland: Adam and the dot.
Yes.
Or Clark, who sprang forth fully formed from a pair of pants.
Oh my god, I can just imagine like in the future, like future, the world's finally like resembling pre-war, and your story has been passed down for so long. There's like now tours
We have a religion.
of your
It's just-
of your path through the wasteland, and people take it every year as a pilgrimage. And there's just like a bus carrying people, and it's like, and here you'll see the.
It's just a museum, and in the museum is just varying pieces of Clark's personal belongings.
Clark's cum-stained pants.
God damn it. All the shit Clark has stolen. Anyway.
Just in the
Make-
middle,
there's
it's
a
just
whole-
a pair of trousers.
They've made a pyramid out of all the shot glasses Clark has stolen.
Good.
Oh god. and just the one wrench, like, on the top.
And every once in a while, someone gets smart and steals one of the shot glasses, but the museum really doesn't care because they have like 5 crates of them in the back.
We broke Zero.
Sorry,
I'm
guys.
so sorry, Zero. Anyway. Okay, so
The Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end.
Praise Helix!
bless you, my child.
Bless you, my child.
No, that cult would just be a dictatorship.
Oh, Blazer, no.
Yes!
Okay, Blazer, yes, but still.
Yes.
Bless you, my child.
Okay. So, maybe we should get back to this philosophical discussion we're having.
Okay.
Um,
Philosophical.
Ripple broke him so much he changed text color.
Yes!
Oh, got some microphone stuff.
Sorry about that. I have moved to the floor.
Oh dear. We've also
Okay.
broken Andrea. I'm sorry, Andrea.
That's
That's fine.
that's just a given. Breaking Andrew is just a given. Hey Andrew, what do you think it's gonna be when you're DMing and we're all focused against you?
I'm not ready for Saturday.
Tough.
Because it's not just you guys anymore.
Just noogies. We
That
shall
shall be
slowly corrupt
recompense.
Philip as well. Anyway, okay, back to thisness.
Okay,
I need to tell my friend
so
back.
so you want to help people? Is that right?
Yes.
And
For who else? In the end, who else will save humanity, if not humanity?
Clark is still looking at his crap.
Aliens?
I'm good with aliens.
no, we make our own messes. We should clear them up, but I mean, I'm not complaining. I will take help, but are you sure we're the people to invest in here? You know us. She just gestures around at everyone.
Please
you
gesture
know.
to Clark specifically.
Just-
We're all
gestures
just
at
pointing
Clark.
at Clark.
She does linger a little bit longer when gesturing to Clark. It's like you know the stuff we've done.
I do. Well,
Clark
at least
looks
I
up
would.
and says, "I've done a lot."
At least
And
I
a lot
would
of
hope I
lucky.
do. And admittedly, perhaps it is not the best thing, but of everyone else that I know of, and I know a lot of people, obviously, you're the only ones really making a difference.
For the better.
And,
I hope.
well, yes, for the better.
I mean, I'll be honest
And
with you. I
eventually-
think there are other people making a difference, but it's not for the better.
Case in point, and points to what might be left of the bodies, or at least the bloodstains.
Oh yeah, no, no. Whenever, like, there's just like a Mr. Handy with a mop slowly attempting to clean up what he can,
Good.
but it's just not going. Like he's bumping up against some like
You
larger
can't
piece. and he
polish
just
rust.
He can't push it right, so he's just like bumping up against it.
Baby.
It's Mr. Cleanup Detail.
I want to keep him.
Yes, and well, it's one of those Mr. Handys that have a giant like cord, so he's just technically SMACC's hand. So SMACC is like trying to clean up this mess as he's talking to you, and it's clearly not working. But yeah, he says, and hopefully others seeing your example will follow suit. But for now, it's simply enough to give them hope.
In which case, can you help us out with information? You
I
have
could.
eyes and ears everywhere.
Well, everywhere within the city.
Fair.
And not beyond the walls of the ruins.
She looks around at the others and then back at SMACC's screen. We know very little about the people we're going up against. About Lazarus.
Most of the information I have on Lazarus is pre-war.
We'll take anything.
Well, and then you see like several like Mr. Handys floating around picking up reels that looks particularly old and like moving them to different sections. And he says, I remember a particular scandal about Lord Lazarus occurred at one point that I had to what's the phrase? Damage control?
Yeah, it works.
Mr. Lazarus never married, which was incredibly strange.
Okay.
which was even odder when specific newspapers would focus in on the fact that he may have been having a intimate relationship with a secretary.
Oh.
Well, he wasn't married, and neither was she.
Then why did it matter?
Precisely.
I
Dealing
mean,
damage control was my general purpose, so I still lessened what I could. But it was a
that-
strange thing to focus on.
was that a problem, not being married back in pre-war days?
There was a sentiment that if you were not married by 21, I suppose, or having a children by 20, at least one child by 25, I believe one phrase that was given at one time would die alone.
Threnody pulls a face. Blah.
Osmond is just kind of dying because she is 19.
Oh, yes, Miss. Sorry, what was Threnady's name again? Last name?
Stovak.
Stovak? Yes, Miss Stovak, you would be quite the scandal.
Thank God I live in this time period then.
Oddly enough, some things of this time period are for the better. I would definitely say the majority, not so much.
Fair.
As society sounds boring as fuck.
The only information I have on the Lazarus, anything Lazarus after the war, is that in the last several, I should say, year or so, there have been several men with black combat armor with white L's painted on them. At first, I didn't think anything of it, though I just took note of them. But they came from the north,
The North
beyond the limits of the city.
And we know Lazarus's labs are north of here.
Almost directly north of you, actually.
Really?
Like straight north. Like you would almost not move at all. It's like north.
True north.
The true north. Let me try and
King
pull
in
up
the
the picture.
north. The king in the
The
north.
king in the north.
Yeah, it is like literally like 3 degrees off of your current position. So you really wouldn't have to travel far. I mean, you would travel far, but you wouldn't. It's almost exactly north.
So, do you know much about what the men in black armor have been doing?
In most times, it appears they're just trading or gathering information, going to certain locations. A particular large group went to high tech at one time. They did not return.
Oh, by the way, could I ask someone else to do the hashtags for Eli while Threnodi's the one talking? Because I find it a bit difficult to type one.
I would, but I can't reach my keyboard.
Because we broke
Yeah.
you.
Maybe someone who can actually reach the keyboard. Thank you. Are you okay? Fly?
Yeah. There's
What
some-
happened?
Yeah, there's some bug flying around here.
Mm.
I'll get it.
Don't worry.
Flying eight-legged bastards.
Don't worry. When the bugs are getting you down, you just got to give it a little smack talk.
God.
Ow.
Hunter.
You know
Hunter.
that's his. You know that's his opening thing. You know, like Three Dog has one is
Yes.
too low, one is not enough, two is too low. His whole thing is when the wasteland gets you down, you just got to give it a little smack talk.
Ow! Wait, that's the 3 dog.
And, when one ain't enough and two is too low, it's me, Three Dog. Ow! I wish he had like edited his voice so there's 3 ows all at once.
Yes, hello, I am 3 dog. Ow.
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 Oh, I love you. I love you too, random citizen. Specifically, Blazer Wolf.
I can't see. Ah.
Oh my god,
uh,
Andrea.
Blazer
back
just
to
said,
us.
tell him to
I
buzz
don't
off.
know if I
and
can
then,
get up.
And then I made the pun and he said, I love you, Hada.
I don't know if I can get up.
Use your legs.
Well,
I'll
you're
draw
gonna
a
have
picture
to.
of Clark naked.
You're gonna have to get up because I'm making you roll initiative.
Oh my fucking god.
I'm kidding.
Don't you? I will. Oh.
Just
Lucky there's an ocean between us.
there's not between me and him.
I don't even think that would stop Andrea.
Mm.
Andrea,
Hi.
Hi, Andrea.
you're back.
There.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no,
When,
she's the girl from the ring.
well, fuck.
Skype keeps being really weird.
Welcome back, Eli.
Hey,
Hang on. I'm
SMACC,
muting for a second because I can't find the map. Oh, there it is.
SMACC has been telling us a little bit about Lazarus.
alright, I'll be right back. Like I said, my Skype's being weird as hell.
Sure. So, the Lazarus mercs came from the north and have been trading and whatnot.
Just they seem to be with seemingly random missions or just patrolling, as it seems.
Well, quite possibly they would have made it look random.
I do know that I reported on it roughly 3 months ago.
Yes.
A very large group of Lazarus mercenaries got into a very large fight with the Brotherhood of Steel over at New Hope Hospital.
Which is where we need to go. You possibly
really?
already know this? No, you probably don't have eyes and ears inside the Brotherhood base, do you?
Oh no. Though I would
Probably a
definitely love
good
to have
thing.
some.
We've been sent on a mission there. Is there anything you can tell us about New Hope?
You can see another
Mr.
Mr.
Handy.
Handy get different reel and they're feeding them through the machines and he goes it was pretty big news when it was built. Hope Hospital was destroyed in the first attack on New Lexington by the Chinese, and really sparked the mentality of war and wartime in New Lexington. It also was able to bring High Peacekeeper Anderson into power. He was very much for going into war, and that attack was
Interesting how his name keeps popping up.
he was a very large, influential figure, so his name would pop up in the news on several occasions. He advocated for war several times when he was not the High Peacekeeper yet, and at which point another Mr. Handy comes by, grabs a rail, and goes through it. But after the older, by the way, all the us I'm saying, he's not saying. After the previous High Peacekeeper died suddenly, High Peacekeeper Anderson made it to that position, and with that influence and the recent attack on Hope Hospital, he was able to really influence the people of New Lexington, which in the end also influenced the military, which, well, you can see how that ended.
We also know that Anderson was involved in a lot of projects we've come across. He was involved in the New Fruit project, and then a number of the projects, or just in general, the lab under Emerald Lake.
The only things I have connecting him to projects is plus some information I was told by Dr. Pretty. Anderson was influential in the creation of Venus.
Yes, that was the AI named after Pretty's daughter, correct?
Yes.
And does Venus still exist?
Uh, Venus should still exist as long as the lab still exists. Unfortunately, I do not have eyes and ears in Emerald Hills all that often, so I don't know. I'm not even sure how to
Venus is
enter.
in. Wait, Venus is in the lab under the lake?
Yes, Venus was built as a information gathering and monitoring AI to make sure all the many hundreds of projects under the lake were both monitored, controlled, and understood all at once. It was also a way for scientists that would never be able otherwise communicate to gather information from another department if need be. By the way, was someone clapping or?
No, Bucky
Oh,
was trying
okay.
to get that
Bucky's
fly.
still going after that bug.
Threnody is nodding as she takes this in and leafing back through her notebook and runs a finger down one of the pages and goes, "Yes, Kodos mentioned Venus in one of his holotapes, shortly before he died."
Venus. Hold on, I'm trying to look for it real quick. No, go ahead.
Eli?
Jude sighs and says, "Why is it that anyone with the word peace in their title is always a fucking prick?"
I think it just comes with the name.
It's like
Apparently.
it's like starting a sentence. I don't hate so and so, but if you have to have something that enforces the idea of peace in your title, it generally means you're not keeping it.
What an asshole.
The term Venus, as with most of the AIs created with it in New Lexington, was autocorrect anagram.
Anagram or
Acronym.
acronym?
Acronym.
Acronym is when it
Acronym?
stands for.
Is...
Acronym stands for things. Anagram
Yeah.
is a mixed-up version of it.
Acronym. Venus was an acronym for Virtually Enhanced Neurological Unified System.
But she was also named after Venus Pretty, wasn't she?
Yes, Venus created Venus in what can only be called a grief of the loss of his daughter. Imagine. Do you know what a robo-brain is?
Looks at pulse.
Wait, didn't we fight some of those?
Yeah, you did actually
Did we?
fight some robo-brains. Yes, in Jack's Vault.
Actually, she goes, "Wait, yes."
Imagine 100 of them.
I'd rather not, but alright.
Oh, Bucky, are you okay?
Bucky, you're muted. What's going on?
The fly was on my wrist,
Oh, baby.
Ow.
and I smacked it, and it hurt.
Oh, baby.
Did you at least get the fly?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh.
You'll live.
Bucky hurt himself in his confusion.
I don't know if you can see where I hit myself.
Not really.
Not really.
It's pretty red from where I'm sitting, but
He says Venus Pretty had a very rare and incurable disease affecting her body, not her mind. And so, at the time, robo-brains were inefficient. Brains would degrade over time. So the first real AI was created using the brains of humans.
So,
Mm-hmm.
was Venus somehow uploaded?
Yes, she was the main entity that everything ran through. She was the voice and the mind behind everything. The young girl was incredibly smart.
How old was she when she died?
12?
12.
Unfortunately, after her creation, the military took her to be used as that. And Dr. Pretty was distraught again, losing his daughter for what could easily be conceived the second time.
Yes. signs indicate that he took his own life. I mean, we have a suicide note and a skeleton with a gun in its hand, so we're assuming he died.
It's either a suicide or a
Well, he
very
died.
well contemplated murder.
We know he died, but
He may have faked his death.
more than likely how have died.
But listen, about Lazarus. You ever seen the man?
No, Lord Lazarus, and you may pardon my saying, Lord, he was technically a lord in several ways.
Mm-hmm.
He. I'm sorry. I just wanted the thing that was posted. Anyway, the man himself was very not secretive, but he did not prefer the limelight. He may have been very influential and very powerful, but I have not a single image on record of him.
I've been wondering how he's lived for for over 200 years. I suppose it's possible, that he might be a ghoul.
Quite possible. And it is not out of the question. Lazarus Laboratories was the epicenter of medical advancement, so he could be elongating his lifespan that way.
Hell, given the advancements with AI, he could have been uploaded into a computer.
It's not without question. There are several ways he could have elongated his lifespan, and with the power and resources he had pre-war, it is quite possible he could have done them. Or, it's also possible that someone's just using the name.
It's possible. No matter how he's achieving this longevity, however, I'm sure we can fix that for him.
Jude cracks their knuckles.
Yes, Jude does.
I have a bone to pick with him, specifically 5.
Alright, well,
I have 5 reasons for you to shut up.
Well, I know that there's someone who's still alive out in the wasteland, and someone that you will have seen. The man who came here before with the 4 that we've managed to kill.
Yes.
Blonde hair, bright blue eyes, white, fairly tall, neatly
Stick up his
dressed.
ass.
That too, neatly dressed. That sound like him?
From my records and of what Mr. Summers has told me, yes.
Is there anything more you can tell us about him?
Sorry about that. I ripped my earbuds out of my ears.
Oh no. Because whatever he's been up to, it'll also be bad news.
Recently, within the last 2 weeks, I have... And at which point he pauses, and, all the Mr. Handys are, gathering, 3 reels apiece, flying over and running them all through.
Threnody is not so subtly folding her arms and just kind of pinching her arms with her fingers in a very agitated manner.
Also, just put her hand on Thren's shoulder.
Threnody just
Jude's
looks...
actually... Jude's cracking their knuckles still.
Threnody just looks very anxious, I think.
I have record of him, but he seems incredibly unremarkable. He did not even register to me as someone to watch until the event with Mr. Summers. He seems at this point going through all the reels to collect all the minute data he has on Raphael, and he says, I have a record of him traveling from the bazaar.
That's right.
And
we tried to track him.
And he did a curved travel through to the Church of the Sacred Flame, Vault 267.
He went
up
to Vault...
to...
Wait, Vault 267.
No,
That's
not specifically. just along that path. And then he came here to Tower City. And afterwards, keeping my eye upon him, I believe he traveled north.
Possibly back up
It
to
seems
Lazarus Labs.
alone. Seems alone, strangely enough.
He's alone.
He was, but this was roughly a week and a half ago. Since then, I've not seen him enter the city again, but that doesn't mean he hasn't. I only have so many eyes and ears.
No, that's fair. He's probably got more mercenaries guarding him now. Look, this guy... I don't know how far north you can monitor, but are you familiar with what happened to Emerald Hills, to the Chandri 4 years ago?
I did not have eyes or ears in at the time, but it's very hard not to know.
Well, he's basically the one behind that. And he was also behind, he rendezvoused with a Lazarus agent inside the Order of the Sacred Flame to try and, massacre a vault.
I reported on you helping said vault, yes.
Yeah.
I did
that's
not
the-
know his actions were the cause of that. Interesting.
Well, I suppose we can't exactly blame him for the giant scolopede, but
That just seemed to be incredibly poor timing.
yeah, we're the masters of that.
Amazingly.
There always does appear to be some strange coincidences occurring around the wasteland.
Maybe we should make that our new name, the Coincidentals.
Nah, it doesn't sound as catchy.
Coincidental murder.
I do prefer the family.
I don't.
Oh.
You know, it worked, and then she just kind of motions at Clark.
I mean,
But
they're not related. She just kind of points between the two of them and shakes her head.
None
Well-
of us are related, thankfully.
he seems like he's like puzzling, like you've befuddled him. He says, "Is that not what you are? After all of your bickering and infighting, disagreements, you still stand here together. After seeing possibly the worst of each other, you still stand here hand in hand.
I mean,
Like,
Ever
I
I,
still-
forgot?
I suppose we're like family to each other, sure, but the family? Sounds like we're the mafia.
I wouldn't mind being the mafia.
Well, it is too often that in this world that children are left orphaned or people are alone. At this point, like if this was a story, you'd like see a quick like brief glance of like Fred as a child.
Jude is actually just frowning.
Frightened and afraid, calling out for anyone. You're not family by blood, but bound by experience, hardships that have pushed you to your worst and possibly best. Even after even flawed yourselves, you keep each other on the right track. Is that not what family is?
Randy just
Or have I
looks-
misjudged the meaning of the word?
Speaking of right track, Thren, I think it's time getting close to dosage time.
Yeah, you're right. Threnody pulls out a Med-X for Oswin. And gives her a half dose. She's looking very skeptical as she does so. I think you might have a higher opinion of us than is wise, SMACC.
Appreciate it though.
Look,
Are you sure?
of course I love these people like family. Of course I do. But, I don't know.
Then let me ask you. If you saw a small child on the side of the road without friends, without family, alone, what would you do?
Take
Hug
them,
the
be
shit
his
out
dad.
of it.
take them somewhere safe.
Help them if there was any way that we could.
What did Clark say?
Be his dad.
Oh,
What did Claire say?
Hug the shit out of it.
And yet, so many more would ignore him or take advantage.
Fuck those people.
Look, all I'm saying is, do we have to be called the family?
Or do you have a better idea?
I do
got a
I do
few.
prefer the term, just the name. It sounds positive, non-aggressive, and it describes your group well. But if you have a better idea,
Clark jolts
we'll
and says,
change it.
"Pants."
We're not
No.
pants.
No.
He
But if you have a different idea, I am willing to change it if that is what you want.
I did have a different idea, and then you all told me no.
We are not naming ourselves Pants, Clark.
Out of interest, out of character, sorry.
Jude's
Do we want to change our name? I mean, I would quite like to, but I'll go with
I would
you.
be okay with it.
I was actually
Yeah.
hoping that that little speech he gave would change a few of your minds.
No,
I'm
I don't mind
indifferent
staying.
personally.
Well, we never really got to...
I'm indifferent personally.
Be-
So
because
yeah.
because the family was just like a split moment decision kind of thing. I had to call you something, but it's grown on me and I like it. But out of character, I'm willing to change it if that's what y'all want.
I think the only... I think the thing I'm not so keen on is, like, the mafia connotations, and also there is already a faction in Fallout 3 called the Family.
Yes, there is.
There are...
Yeah.
we are not vampires.
Ooh, bathroom. Be right back.
Yeah,
Not that we know of, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, give it time. But
Oswald's pale enough to be one.
I'm not saying in character. There's no reason that would ever factor in. Out of character, you're right, but I still feel like the family is. You are a family. That's how y'all have acted
Yeah,
and
but
how
like
y'all have been.
all these groups of misfits that journey together, they're all like family. There's like a trope named after it, Nakama, which is where, you know, you have this tight-knit group who treat each other like family. I mean, it's accurate, but it's also a little bit generic.
Well, true, but I mean, I didn't get to say it in the speech, but you're also the only one that treats everyone else like family as well.
The Wasteland Breakfast Club.
You, you've
Tempting.
Yeah.
you have brought in so many different people that's not in your six, and treated them like family. I can name them: Belisarius, Justinian, Red, Father Ezekiel.
Would we say Belisarius is like family? Would we? Depends
We
on
have
your
banked
definition of family.
You treat him like that
A friend of the family.
well,
Family you can sleep with. What?
yeah, he's the family that you marry into. He's the
Fair.
family that you married. Well, he's the family that you chose, and that's what you are. You're the family that you chose. You were all alone, and you chose to band together, and you keep pulling people in, and just making that family bigger.
I'll go with what the rest of you all think.
Sound like the Borg.
We're not calling ourselves that.
Can we call ourselves the Collective because we collect people?
No.
I'd actually be. I still like the family more, but I'd be more okay with that than other things.
You don't
Friends.
like Death Rejects, do you?
Because think about Death Rejects. The fact that it sounds like some kind of raider gang.
Does sound very
True.
aggressive.
Or
And also emo.
yeah, it also sounds really emo.
I'm still a little
Screw
partial
you
to
guys.
Renegade.
I came up with as many ideas as I could.
No, I
still
like
partial
the
to
name
Renegades
Death
because we have
Rejects. I really do like Death's Rejects. It's a great name, and I'm probably going to use it at some point for an ability. But the way that he sees it, that he wants to put you in a good light. He wants people to look at you and be like, hey, we can have that too.
Friends.
And calling
because we'll
yourself
be there
Death's
for you.
Rejects is not a
I mean, I'm still
positive
partial.
image.
I'm still partial to Renegades because theme song.
Fair.
Friends will be there for you.
Good neighbors.
I mean,
I mean, out of character, I like family, but I'll go with whatever y'all want.
God,
I mean,
But
out of character, I wouldn't mind changing it, but in character after that speech, Osmond probably won't.
In character, whatever you say, he's gonna kind of be like, he's gonna like trying to look at it and see like how people will take that name. But in the end, he will hungry fish. In the end, he will go with whatever y'all want. Because remember, that was basically his thing of subtly changing things to make them different in the public eye. Every
True.
hook, because we bite every hook we come across. Hold up now. You didn't bite the hook about Jimbo's
You
magic
didn't
treasure
take
thing.
Jimbo's
we
treasure.
want to. We really did want to, but we were on a time scale.
We basically bit that hook. We just put
I mean, pretty much
on
right after we
later.
go. Pretty much right after we get done putting Red back in cryo, we might just.
You might be done by then, though.
I mean, we have to head in that way anyway to get the last piece. So we might as well just go.
No, actually,
What I
because
miss?
once you get from high tech, you're basically going south. To get where he was going, you have to go southwest.
No.
We are
What I
talking about group names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Alabaster does keep bringing up the family is reminiscent of the Mansons.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
There's a lot of bad connotations that the family has.
I mean, that's
The power positive, the hotful hierarchy.
Renegades.
No hierarchy, please.
No, what?
No hierarchy, please.
Ellen doesn't want a hierarchy.
Yeah.
Ooh, the heritage.
I kind of like that actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it still keeps the family connotation, but without being the family.
And it's also positive because I was thinking of other like family connotations, but a lot of them sounded negative. Like the bloodline, that sounds kind
yeah, that
of.
works well.
That sounds kind of. But the heritage sounds. Yeah, the heritage sounds nice.
I'd be
So the
happy.
Clocks Collective.
No.
No.
I'd
Mark
be happy with
seconds that.
heritage.
Who will suggest it then?
SMACC could.
Yeah. Let's say you start like throwing out names, and he kind of like Death's Rejects. He goes, yes, but that would have connotations of this and this, and you just kind of going back and forth.
Threnody does still jokingly suggest not heroes, damn it. Yes, I'm looking at the list I put up.
Oh, I did too. I actually went through them
We're
all
not
and went.
Spark.
See, Hope Springs.
Yeah, really.
I tried. See, I tried to put some that were symbolic of hope. So I put Hope Springs and Fool's Paradise because those are both hope terms. But yes.
He would definitely be like Hope Springs. He would like that. He would comment though. It sounds almost like a village or a town.
True.
Less of a group name. And Fool's Paradise is a great name. I'm gonna use that in ability because that's a really good name. I love that.
I am just
But
inadvertently giving Hatter ideas for things.
Oh my god, they're so good. There's a lot of good ones.
Hunter.
Yes. Yes.
Use it as a thief ability, so it's something Clark will have.
I think I'm gonna probably use it as a gambler ability, like a gambler branch ability, because Fool's Paradise.
Yeah,
But
that would be a good idea.
Eventually he suggests, because like mostly y'all are suggesting stuff, and every once in a while he'll throw something out, and y'all disagree with it. Eventually he says the heritage.
And Threnity's like, oh, I quite like that one actually.
That one is nice.
That works.
Well, if you all agree with it, I guess I can change the family to the heritage. Now the only issue is of how to change it.
Make an announcement.
Well, I
Or
suspect
we
that
do something big enough to where he has to report on it.
well, the issue is not that I have to report on it, because I can report on just about anything you've done. I can make most things seem good, but you wanting to change your name implies that you've met with me.
Which we probably shouldn't have people know.
Oh, that's true.
Well, we could always start
Aw.
putting it out there that we want to be known as the heritage and not the family.
Can we get some spray paint?
Well,
Hmm.
I have an
Yeah,
idea.
but
You have
we
an
could do
idea.
that.
Yes, your comment about having to do something big. Yes, you would have to go do something big, something noticeable, something that I would have to report on. But I have after that, I can take care of everything else.
Clark raises his hand.
Clark,
What?
your heist is not meant to be noticeable.
No, I wasn't gonna suggest that.
Good.
I was thinking.
Your pants are also not that reportable.
He really does
Neither
know
is
us.
what's in your pants.
Let Clark finish.
And when Claire says the "what's in your pants" comment, Clark falls silent.
Well, I'm not going to finish that sentence. Clark, what were you going to say?
And he's just kind of like, well, I mean, if you thought that me and Oswin was, getting together was important enough to report on, then,
You're not going to propose to Oswin just so that we can change our name.
no. But
Hold on.
didn't you and Jude get together?
No,
The issue with that comment is not that it's not memorable. It quite is. But
Trinity's looking scared at the moment.
as it has been commented, Miss Stovak would prefer to keep her personal business out of,
Seriously,
The
please, if
limelight.
Raphael knew.
specifically for things such as that.
Yeah, you're right, Trinity. I'm
But
sorry.
that does leave two others. At which point, like, all the Mr. Handy's just kind of slowly, like, turn to look at the two of them.
Trinity also looks at Paul Sinclair
We're all
and
just staring at him.
smirks really badly.
Clark is
I made the ship into the game.
Clark
I
is
didn't
not.
plan this, I swear.
Paul's just like, what?
They're both just like, wait, what?
Clark is not paying attention, and he's just still thinking. He goes, I mean, Oswald and I are doing a little something in a couple days.
You've gone a bit quiet. What was that?
That was on purpose. He muttered very quietly. I mean, Oswald and I are gonna do something in a couple days.
Punch!
Good!
He goes,
Trinity
no
just-
one heard me.
Trinity just points at Oswin and goes, yes.
Yes.
You didn't even hear what I said.
Didn't have
You're
to.
Clark. I can guess.
And then he goes,
She
Then he
just
goes-
points at Oswin and goes, I like this girl. She's going to be good for you.
that's so fucking rude. Don't act like you know me. Okay. Well, but
She just-
still.
Stares, puts her hands on her hips, stares at Clark, looks pointedly down at his crotch, and looks back up at him again.
And he goes, what are you looking at my dick for?
I sewed
not
that
like she hasn't
shit
seen it
up.
before.
You can't do that and not know a person.
And then he goes, what even happened to me?
I've been sworn to secrecy.
So off in the distance, Cold Bird!
Then he goes, did I swear you to secrecy while I was high?
Yeah, a little bit.
But Thren, it's not a secret if it's me.
But what
Even
if
I was
I
so
you told
secrecy.
you that it was a secret and not to tell Sobe you?
Even I was sworn to secrecy.
What?
How did you...
Out of character. That's out of character. But I
Okay.
totally wanted to be like that and be like, no, Clark, everyone knows. You've just
Except
sworn everyone to secrecy.
Except everyone
We
knows.
cannot tell
except
you. Everyone knows, but you.
Literally.
Anyway.
Kind of like how that was the case with Clark's mom for a while, where all of you out of character knew where she was, except me.
Which,
There were days where all I could just say was like, I'm under oath or I plead the fifth.
Yeah, I nagged Andrea real bad.
nag.
Plead the fifth.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, pleading the fifth means it's true!
No, it does not!
Yes, it does!
At which point, is there anything else you would like to talk to him about?
Hey, going back. Secretary have a name? She end up being important at all?
Oh my god, I had it and I completely forgot, and there's no way I'm gonna find that one piece of information in all of my Google Docs. Oh crap.
Control F secretary?
Insert
No,
name
it's-
here.
Because I can't remember the last name either.
Carolyn.
No, like she has a name and you know it.
We know it?
I do?
Yes.
Wait, Andrea does or all of us do?
No, the entirety of you know what the name is. You just don't know it's connected.
That's... Wait! Well, right?
Yeah, I think that's it, yes.
Jack's mother?
Yeah. It's
As soon
something
as he says the name Wellright, Throady goes, what?
I can't remember what I gave her as a first name, but
That's
it is
fine.
Wellright.
We have the
I
connection.
think it was Carolyn.
Carolyn?
I think it was.
Let's just say that for
I can't
now.
recall. I'd have to go back and listen to the
She's just kind of like, wow. You know who that's Jack's mother. Oh no.
Isn't...
Wait.
was
there
her
was
blazing
reports. There were reports of a child being born, and some, especially the newspapers, believing that the child may have been Lord Lazarus's.
He's still alive.
All things.
But she wasn't married. Wasn't she Vault-Tec guy's wife?
Threnody is going to look through her notes in the form of me going, Hatter. If I look through Threnady's notes...
Clark
She
turns to
commissioned
us.
Vault-Tec.
Yeah,
Clark.
someone paid Vault-Tec to make a vault for her son.
Oh, right, that's it. Okay, I thought it was she was Vault-Tec. Okay.
I don't
Well,
think
if
I
Osmond-
specifically said it was a specific person. Well, Jack's mother was Shrubby Lazarus, possibly. The newspapers never got a confirmation, and they
she
never
totally
said that.
was.
And they never said that Jack was officially his child. It just said that they thought he was, and they had evidence, but it was really just like, he was spending time in the office talking with her, but she was his secretary. That's what's gonna happen. That was the evidence.
So,
So,
okay. Sorry, go ahead, Bucky.
does Oswin say, but wasn't she married to blah blah blah?
No, because I'm not sure.
Because if she had said that in character, Clark would have given her a look and said, "You don't need to be married to bang."
No, because I thought she was already married, and then they said not. So.
No, she wasn't married, which was unusual. The fact that an unmarried woman had a child, that itself was unusual.
Okay, so Thren is she's reeling a little from this because it's like, holy shit, we might, this kid that we have known the location of for a couple of months now might be related to Lazarus. Okay, so, hang on. The media itself wasn't sure, couldn't confirm a relationship between the two of them. What about you? What do you know?
Well, I know roughly around the time of the newspapers, the scandal was boiling over. Lord Lazarus himself seemed to not care. He gave no... In my experience, most people that are caught in a scandal say things. They want to say that that it's not true or something else because it's often considered a no response is a response of guilt. But he did not seem to care. He was not one for reporters or newspapers. But it was also suspicious that sometime after Miss Wellwright was removed from her position as secretary.
So you don't know for sure, but it's possible.
Well, possibility, yes. But it's unlikely. Lord Lazarus never seemed to, as a quote, never seemed to take interest in anyone.
Alright. So, if it's unlikely, then that means Jack Wellwright probably isn't related to Lazarus. Which is probably a good thing.
I couldn't say either way. Perhaps that was just more tales of the newspapers.
Throndy looks troubled.
Either way, my knowledge of Lord Lazarus is limited. But even if Jack Wellwright was his child, I have no indication of that he would either care.
Well, that would be preferable. Because if Jack is his son and Lazarus does care, that throws a bit of a spanner in the works if we want to cure him. Which I do.
How is one Jack Wellwright alive?
Cryo.
Do you explain the whole situation?
We explain the whole situation.
Yeah.
Okay, because it is a big information. Who thought that some random piece of information from way back then might be relevant now?
That's almost a year old.
Yes.
That was the very first session I streamed.
Yeah, that was our first recorded.
I think I do have the therapy session recorded, but it's a really bad recording.
Ah, that's right.
I couldn't get the stream working for it. Okay. Well, that's, she's been frantically writing all this down in her notebook. Well, this is all information. It's gonna take my head a little while to wrap around it. Oh, there was one other thing. You played us a recording before we were so rudely interrupted by those goons. Whatever you do, don't do nothing. Who was that? Because I can't place it, but it sounded familiar.
Could you play it again?
Yeah, I heard it.
What?
Sounded familiar, I mean.
Guys?
Yes? Did we just lose Hatter?
Yeah.
No!
How?
The DM's gone missing!
Panic!
Okay.
What do?
GM has gone post pictures of cats.
Oh, what do? Why are we blaming you, Bucky? Oh, it's Hatter. Or is Hatter blaming you?
No, it's
There he
baby,
is.
come back.
Don't panic! I'm back!
What happened?
Panicking.
Blame it all on me.
I don't know.
Hugs
The
for
moment I
hats.
dropped though, I just turned on the stream and it lagged a little bit, but I caught most of what was going on. So
You
I
were
actually caught the tail
panicking.
beginning. Yeah, the tail beginning of you realizing I wasn't there and going like, panic! The DM's gone! And then my Skype came back. So
Panic at the disco.
he does say about the thing when you tell him all the information, because it's quite a bit. He goes, strange that that someone would pay VaultSec for an entire vault for just Jack, but it may be just. It is quite possible that Lord Lazarus paid Miss Wellwright the money to stay silent. Even if it wasn't true, it would be terrible for someone to bring such scandal up again. I smell popcorn.
I don't.
Cool.
Well, that's because you're in Britain, duh.
It smells so good.
You
Anyway.
said you smelled popcorn just as I like lifted my arms out, so I was like, oh no, I have BO.
But
I just heard I smell.
no, you say you want to hear the recording again, so the Mr. Handy comes over, gets the wheel, plays it through, and it plays again, and you hear it again, and again it just sounds. The one person that passed still no, but to everyone else, it sounds so familiar, but you can't place it.
Seriously, SMACC, who is it? Do you know?
I've never received a second broadcast of this person.
But this was from how long ago?
Roughly 150
Well,
after the war.
out of character, it's not Steve, right?
There's only a
It's
couple of
Steve.
folks we know that's lived that long.
Just from the back of the room, it's Steve.
Well, we would recognize.
Is it?
Is it Steve?
It's Steve.
We would recognize Steve's voice.
He's using a voice changer.
Oh, okay.
Or he's like he's like
Is it
purposely
Steve?
changing his voice, or he's like
It can't possibly be
Yeah,
Steve.
yeah. Okay, so basically,
you listen to it closely with that revelation, and you're like, it sounds like Steve, but he's like purposely making his voice lower or something, and making me maybe possibly a bit more gravelly, or he's got something in his mouth.
the hell
Purposely
is,
to
With
make him
enough robots
The hell
and
is
people
up with
using
that?
voice changes.
Purposely to make himself not sound like Steve.
it's like she
Also-
just folds her arms and goes like, "What the hell is up with that omniscient fuck truck?"
You rag.
We've mentioned Steve more.
We've said
Ah.
it.
You've said it like about 7 times.
Yes.
Start swiveling around.
Because
to
there
see
would
if
have
he's
been a
actually
moment
here.
going, "Well, Steve was around back then," and a moment of Clara going, "It's Steve." It's like it doesn't sound like Steve. No, it's Steve.
It's Steve.
From amongst the sea of databanks, you hear, "Damn." and like just like a fin just like slowly come up and then dive back below behind one of the databanks, and like halfway on the other side of the room, and it happens again.
Thren actually cracks a smile and has to hide her face because she started laughing.
Oh no, Vault Sharks.
in the middle of
Super
and-
sharks.
in the middle of and like it's in mid swing. You say that it's.
Has he shown up or is he still sharking?
He's just laughing in the
He's laughing behind
databanks.
the thing because he heard Claire's comment, and now it's damn funny.
Threnodine, meanwhile, is still chuckling and going, "If any of you tell Steve he made me laugh, I will kill you.
I already know.
I will kill you, little man!"
Trust me, I've tried. Oh, he walks out behind the, he walks out from behind the database, like wiping away his fake tears. Oh god. Woo.
SMACC, Steve, SMACC. You've already met, sort of.
All the like Mr. Handy's just like surround him, look him up and down.
He just gives them the finger guns.
And then like all the Mr. Handy's like fan out, grab a bunch of like super dusty old data reels, and then moving them across the room. And as SMACC is like going through them, he's like Steve's like looking up and goes, and then SMACC goes, "Wait, and then Steve goes, I'd like to not, please."
Spoilers.
No.
Ooh, do you have
can't-
do you have a different name for him too?
Well,
Yes, it's please no.
Come on, I already know that you're Michael as well.
Ah,
I
son
go
of a
by a
bitch.
lot of names.
Wait a minute. SMACC knows your real name, doesn't he?
No,
the original.
yes I do.
He fucking does.
He does.
Oswald is going to tackle. Oswald is going to tackle Steve to the ground to cover his mouth. Like, "Smack Talk, play it!"
You cover his mouth.
Yes.
After about 10 seconds, blackness just kind of like crowds your vision, and you pass out.
What did the rest of us see while Osmond passes out?
she's like covering his mouth, and Steve's like, "No, don't do it, don't do it!"
And then she just passes
And then
out.
just passes out.
Hey, what did you do to Oz?
Hey, I didn't do it.
Threnody goes over and picks her up.
Not my fault.
Clark runs over, whining.
What do you
It'll
mean
be
you
fine.
didn't do it? Well, then what happened? Why'd she pass
Well,
out?
technically, I did it, but it's not my
Magic.
fault. I can't stop that. She'll be fine in like 30 seconds. And sure enough, like 30 seconds later, she starts coming around.
Seriously,
Ah.
why is there an automatic thing for... What triggered that? Come on.
Me, physical contact, kind of happens.
Wait, so have
Stands
enough,
up, kind of.
have enough
watches
physical
himself.
contact. Have enough physical contact with you, and you black out.
Oh, that's why.
Is that why I blacked out when you shook my hand that one time?
And mine?
Sometimes it's a useful trick, but most times it just sucks.
That's why.
That would explain one or two
That's
of
why
my...
he can't have sex.
Yeah.
Just slaps Clark.
I was thinking
Just
it.
upside the head.
Well, it was a point of contention of why he couldn't.
Clark turns to Claire and he goes, "We were wondering why."
But how come it hasn't happened every time I've punched you?
Prolonged
As we
Because
time.
that
Focus
contact
energy.
ain't long enough.
Yeah.
Threnody
And the other
is
people that punch me
actually...
usually wear gauntlets, so...
Threnody is, like, looking at him very, very sad. And very, just... She's very sad for him right now.
At which point, SMACC goes, "But you're dead!" "Yes, I know. Please don't.
What?
What?
Don't. Just don't."
Clark attempts to give Steve a hug.
Steve is a
Steve.
lich.
It seems to work because you've noticed, now that you think about it, except for like costumes that he's wearing, he's always wearing a long sleeve shirt and gloves the same color as his skin tone. So you can hug him because you're like covering his shirt and his like sweater vest, but you can't physically touch him.
He's like Rogue.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he hugs Steve.
Okay, so add
Steve
that.
just kind of looks at you and slowly comes up and pats you back.
Threnody looks pensive and goes, "You know, if you ever want any tips..." Just saying.
What?
You know what? I'm not going to talk about this right now. So, why can't we know your name? Do we have to reach a certain point in our story to find out?
Are we gonna die if we find out?
Well, why? What's going?
What?
Like SMACC talk keeps like he's confused. Like, what the fuck's going on? This guy's supposed to be dead. I know who this is, and he won't let me say his name. And there's all this like what's going on? I'm like, he's utterly just befuddled, and Steve just keeps looking up, and I'm like give him the like pointing and I go no.
Threnody
Spoilers.
folds her arms and goes, "Okay, so you're not Lazarus, that's for sure, because if SMACC Talk knows who you are and hasn't seen Lazarus, then clearly you can't be him. Who could you
Also-
be? Someone who's existed for 200 years? High Peacekeeper Anderson, maybe?
So you're asking what my name is?
Of course I am.
Out of character. That's out of character because then that leads up to what's your name, man?
Alexander.
It has that.
It has
0
been
minutes.
0 minutes.
We went so long. We went so long.
Andrea,
It's been
you
so
have
long.
to realise that when it comes to Hamilton memes, you just have to wait for it.
It has been
You also
0
have- you
minutes
also-
since
you
the
also
last
have to be-
musical.
You really have to pay attention because there's a lot of good times to be able to slide them in without anyone noticing.
Yeah,
You just got to be able to not waste your shot.
I know, they're non-stop, really.
I am not throwing away my.
Anyway, so yeah, sorry. What was the comment? Oh.
Andrea, when you do that, we can hear your microphone crackling, sadly. Or no, we've lost Andrea.
I don't think she can hear us.
Well, she took her earbuds out.
She's
Andrea!
dead.
Andrea! We broke
Oh,
her.
that's why.
Oh, baby.
At least she's beating her head against a cushioned object this time.
Fair. She's learned not to facepalm so much.
Okay, I'm good.
Hello.
Okay,
Okay,
future
good.
reference, Andrea. Like,
Oh,
what?
was-
We can.
oh.
Your mic goes a little nuts when you do this. But
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
I
Can
did not
just-
hear that. I had that out already.
Can I
So,
just say that I'm going back to when Steve was going, Dana, Dana. Alabaster said, it's Letty's girlfriend. I thought of Gabby too.
I'm a shark.
I
I'm
kept
a
describing it as
shark.
a scale of databanks, and it just came to me like right away. What would he shows up like being funny or goofy or whatever whenever he does, so what would he be doing? Yes. Let's do it. So what was the last question about it? That was asked?
Oh,
Oh,
Right.
you're not Lazarus, so are you
I mean,
IPC Anderson?
Yeah.
He like glares at you and goes, he just glares at you.
good, because if you were, I'd have to kill you.
Also, SMACC would probably
You
solve this
could.
anyway.
She's just kind of looking at him, and she's just really trying to figure it out.
You're dead!
Pretty
I
sad.
know.
He's not pretty, is he?
God,
No,
no.
we saw that skeleton.
I know.
Matt was a genius, but
Thank you. No, I already ran this by Hatter, and I know it's not true, but I wanted to have Tran say it anyway.
you know,
It's
no,
Gabby
the
in the
man was a
trench coat.
genius and he could have lived forever, but he just didn't want to, and I feel for him. I'm not throwing away my shark. Not the shark fin under his arm.
It's
shit,
just
I'll
like,
be
it's
right back.
Gabby
I
in
need
a
my
trench coat.
backpack.
Steve is Gabby.
Steve is just Gabby, standing on top of Letty.
Who
He's
Are
just
you
Gabby
Steve?
getting ready.
who are you, Steve?
All in due time. As you said,
Steve.
point in your story.
Steve.
SMACC, don't say it. Don't you do it.
But Steve, we know you somehow, don't we?
Technically. I mean, not personally.
But we've heard your real name. We must have done. Otherwise, why would you be fighting so hard to keep us from learning it?
Well, now, wouldn't that be a trip? Just this entire time, I'm like, nope, you can't know my name, and I'm just some random schmuck you don't know.
Oh, I would definitely have
Then
to
why
kill
would
you
you be
then,
ha-
she
if-
says, though she's clearly joking.
I mean, if it were just some random schmuck, then why would you hide it?
But you know me, I'm
something
weird.
really
She just kind of gestures at Steve emphatically, and then again.
He nods.
Clark gestures at himself. Because he's a random schmuck who makes up names, so.
Actually, Steve, there is something I need to know while you're here, but I don't know if it's information you'll give me without me having to pay in return.
Only one way to ask.
What name does Raphael know you as?
Out of character, is there a particular reason for this question?
Thren just wants to be
Informed.
informed, yeah.
At the very least, it's a way to have information that Raphael doesn't know we have.
Like, just in case he somehow mentions the name, and Thren wants to know if she can tell if he's talking about Steve. It probably wouldn't happen, but...
Hold on, I gotta come up with. You know what? I'm gonna do it. He looks at you and goes, Keith.
Threnody just purses her lips. You can tell she's trying really hard not to smile. Keith?
I always find the name Keith to be a bit weird.
It's a nice name, but
It is. It just kind of, if you say it enough times, it just sounds weird.
Or if you
Just
put
saying it
emphasis on the
once.
wrong word, Keith.
Eli has a line for this if he isn't zarging. Like, because I remember a few times, like, I had a character named Keith and, like, Eli. Shit, what was the line? I'll let him tell it.
It seems Eli might be zogging.
You're
Oh no, there he is.
The Keith thing.
you're a little far
Yeah.
from your mic, by the way, Bucky.
I'll
Thanks.
I'll find it.
Oh boy.
Is that better?
Yes, that's better. Thank you.
What is the most annoying name in the male name in the English language?
Most annoying?
There was some like Family Guy gif about it. Or story.
Levi.
No. He says Keith.
Oh no, I mean that's quite an annoying name.
Alabaster, generic NPC name generator, go. I was actually looking that up when I decided Keith. I didn't actually get there. I just said, let's go Keith.
Let's just go with Keith.
She just kind of tilts her head to one side. Do I owe you anything for
Ooh,
what?
I should have done that, damn it.
The Great Papyrus?
What?
No. If you get all of his names and then the beginning letter of each one spells his true name.
That would have been
Snap.
so cool.
So far
That
we
would've
have
been
an S,
so clever.
an S, an M, and a K. He's smack talk.
Hold on, wait. Could it?
Oh yes.
He
Oh, I
Smithers.
remember this.
Oh, Keith.
Keith.
Man, that movie was so good. I wish they had done the sequel.
It was a good movie.
So,
Hold on, wait.
yeah.
Not if I did the K, but if I did it with a C, could I? Nope, I couldn't do it. I was thinking about maybe retconning it and still having it work, but I can't do it.
Fair enough.
Papyrus.
And she just says, yeah, so she tilts her head to one side and says, do I owe you anything for that?
Why do I keep giving y'all stuff?
Because
Because you
you
love
love
us.
Because you like us? Threndy smiles
Clark.
sweetly.
Clark stands up and, like, raises his hand and he goes, "Give me something."
Osmond goes and gives Clark a kiss on the cheek.
Don't open the second door.
Don't open the second door?
Which second door?
The
That's
second
all you're
door.
getting.
Dude, what do I need to give you to get more?
Oh, and remember to try the bus.
Oh yeah, I said that one too. Damn.
The bus?
And then Smack Talk just goes, "How are you alive? Terrible experiment." Oh.
So,
It's a
Smack,
rich,
do you
yeah.
realize that this is the guy who made that recording that inspired you to become sentient?
Strangely enough.
Well, alright
Does
then.
this technically make Steve your dad?
Oh, God.
Technically, my dad is Dr. Pretty. If you wish to go on those general lines, my father is Dr. Pretty.
He just looks and says, I'm kind of disappointed you're not pretty now. We could have had a family reunion.
Clark says, "I don't have a dad."
Threnody has a moment,
Oh,
looks
yeah.
at Clark, looks at Steve, looks at Clark, looks at Steve. Now.
No.
Steve's just like, no.
No.
I know what you're
Shit.
thinking, and no.
Steve's just like, "I wouldn't have made that."
I couldn't have made that.
Don't you pin that on me.
Well, no, technically, Steve, I mean, if you're...
Seriously, I couldn't have made that.
So you're not... What's the word? You know what? It's a personal question. I'm not going to ask.
No. Well, I don't know, technically, if I... In a way, I guess.
Threnody puts her head on one side again. I suspect
Remember, I know...
I suspect I might know
Sure.
more about reproduction than you.
Yes, but I recall, I also remind you that I know all information, all possible outcomes, including the questions that you ask, and if I've ever attempted to, and if they've failed.
She just puts her head on the other side.
Pretty sure I couldn't have any.
You ever want any?
Daniel did.
What was that?
Daniel did. I was never one much for kids. I wasn't going to last long enough to have any.
Right, because you had a terminal disease at the time.
Wait, what?
Oh, no? That wasn't something that came up?
Out of character. Did that actually happen?
Uh,
Was that information I actually gave?
I don't remember.
No. It occurred to me just now, but it might be false memory syndrome.
I guess you're. Oh, I don't recall giving you that info, but I might have at some point because I've definitely alluded to it before. So
Can we
I'm
just say
willing for
that
you.
it's been alluded to, and even if Steve didn't say it outright, Threnody can make the inference?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is that it's been alluded to, so you can just kind of make that point. And Steve looks at you and goes, "In a way, there's a
Steve's like, "Who
disease is a
told-"
little bit different."
Hey,
Steve's like,
Who's
"Who
Daniel?
told you?" And Thren is like, "You did."
hey, listen, what happened to Daniel? Or would you rather not talk about that?
Actually, SMACC talks about to say something, and then you say Daniel, and he goes, "Oh."
Looks at SMACC, looks back at Steve.
Go ahead. He had a
Sometimes.
brain tumor.
Wait, what? Sorry?
Yeah, no, like you look back and forth, and Steve says, "Go ahead," and Smack Talk just like blurts out like he's been wanting to say something, anything about like who he is, and just goes, "He had a brain tumor."
That's unpleasant. I don't know, Steve,
That's
just sometimes I get the impression you like to talk a bit about the past to get stuff off your chest.
Venting's important.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
He watched the world die, and I wasn't there.
Did he die with it, Steve? Do you know? You do claim to know everything.
He looks at Clark.
Oh, what?
Medics is a terrible drug.
What's a terrible drug?
Medics. He says, "Medics is a terrible drug."
I mean, I knew that. Can't you tell me something I don't know?
No, hang on a second. Did Daniel take medics?
When the world's falling apart in front of your eyes, and you happen to have some.
Threnody just looks sad again. Overdose?
Probably would have survived. He didn't have radiation poisoning.
You want a hug, Steve?
Clark hugs Steve.
Threnody just looks at Clark. This is why I ask first.
He just like
Remember
gently.
the last time we tried to hug him?
When was? Oh yeah, he kept disappearing.
Again,
Yeah.
and Thren looks at Oswin, looks back at Steve. Again, this is why I'm asking.
He gently pats you on the back.
Clark, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And Clark says, "Has it been 5 hours yet?"
Oh, in character, no, but we can like wrap this up and skip to that point.
No,
but
no,
the thing
it's
about
fine.
Daniel,
It's fine. Don't rush.
no, that's fine. Okay, the thing about Daniel is it's new to everyone but Dally.
Yeah. Steve has talked to Threnody in private on, I believe, 2 separate occasions.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly,
And, yes.
I think mostly because he just likes bugging her.
But at one point, he did say that he had someone named Daniel,
Yes.
and so everyone else, you now know he had someone else named Daniel, which is a strangely male name.
Yes, well, I'm figuring that Steve is either,
Well, for everyone else.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Clark doesn't find it too strange.
Yeah, Steve likes guys. Mm.
Well, you have to also remember he's from a time that is basically 1950.
That's a
Dude,
very
yeah.
good point.
Just give Steve
Very
a
good point.
Good point, yeah.
And Clark is from a life that involves him banging anyone, regardless of
Sticking it
genitals.
in anyone and anything.
Well, that's fair, but when you think about it, like he's from 1950, so essentially 1950. So that fact is
Non-wasteland 1950.
Yeah, well, technically 2077. That's odd. That is really friggin' weird. Anyway, he turns to Smack Talk and goes, "No names, no specific events, please."
No spoilers.
I want spoilers. In character.
Rognak wins.
If only he had finished the book.
Wait, what? Out of
Game
character.
of
What?
Thrones. Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Yeah, Clark shouts, "How's Game of Thrones end?" Not really, though.
Everyone dies. How do you think?
That's how it starts.
It starts
True.
and ends with everyone dying. Ugh.
Hey Steve?
Hmm.
I know that not always, but sometimes it helps to talk, so... And I've kind of been a dick to you a lot in the past. Granted, that's because you've been a dick to us too, but... If you ever need to talk about shit, hit me up, okay?
I like how it's slowly gone from Thread like hating Steve to he might not be that bad.
Character development!
Uh,
It's almost like we've been doing this for over 30 sessions, oh wait.
Over
He's
a
tolerable.
year.
Yeah. He's tolerable now.
Richly mixed feelings.
Oh yeah. Because you can simultaneously like and hate a guy.
Oh,
So.
very
Yeah.
much so. And Threnody
Oh.
does. She actually cares about him now, which is her mistake.
When are we all planning on doing the Brotherhood thing?
Out of character?
No. He says that in character.
As soon as possible.
Well,
Okay.
soonish.
After we
No, I
do all the
I also-
other stuff.
I also know the possible outcome of you waiting till the very last moment to do it, so I was just wondering.
we don't want to wait till the last moment, but we need to be prepared. We need to...
He turns to SmackDown and goes, "Oh yeah, remember that? Remember that big event that happened in that place that I had, that I made?" And in SmackDown, like you can see him like his mind working. Goes, "Yes, don't you say it."
This isn't about Silent Square again, is it? Because we know a bit about that.
Steve, like, just doesn't say anything. But behind Steve, there's a Mr. Handy who's like, he has like his eye stalk is going up and down really fast, and then Steve just kind of like turns around without even looking, kind of smacks it over the eye stalk and makes it stop.
Oh,
I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Listen, I think what we need to do is head to Miss Cherry's. We need at least a little bit of R&R before we head on. We need to go to we need to go
Clark
to
Winks
high.
has one.
We need to go to high tech.
Punch.
What?
I
Oh,
joked.
right. We need to go to high tech to pick up another part to get Red and Trick's cryo thing fixed, and we need to go to Fault 289 to drop off Ezekiel, and then from there, I guess New Hope Hospital.
And put Trick back in cryo.
Guys, we haven't
Yeah?
seen Red/Trick in 24 hours. Or almost 24 hours.
We should.
Oh, look at that! I'll go
Oh.
to the bar and
Well, Ezekiel should be.
I mean, it's not like we're going to go up there and everything's going to be on fire.
Ah.
I
Fuck, you
mean,
go to the bar. Everything's on fire.
Nah.
he's like, "Yeah, those guys told me to meet him at a bar, so I'll go look."
Steal your shit.
I mean, it's been a couple hours, so.
Well, by the way, out of character, how long has it been since we left Riverside?
Oh,
Has it been 2 days now or 3?
let's say 2. Wait, yeah, let's say 2.
Okay.
This would be the beginning of day 3, so probably midday or end day of today. the Empire soldiers will be getting to Emerald Hills.
Oh, good. You knew what I was asking for.
Yes,
So,
I've been keeping track of it as well.
cool. So Threndy's
Because
going.
it's not like I totally have an important thing that happens after they go into the lab.
Fuck.
You okay there?
I'm just throwing all the things.
What did I miss?
Fuck this, fuck that particularly.
You made me
That's
throw my
fine.
comfort blanket, you bastard. Come back, Downey.
Hey, I did post that video
What?
about you calling me bastard on a regular occasion.
Oh yeah, that's up.
So hey, Steve, are you gonna give SMACC 1?
Does he have one?
He already got his one.
Or
Was it becoming sapient? Oh! Mordecai. What was Mordecai's?
I got a feeling it's getting out of the lab.
No,
You'd be surprised at how
it
desperate
wasn't.
someone.
It wasn't. He said that... Mordecai said that his free wish was given to him without him knowing it.
You'd be surprised at how desperate someone gets when they're hungry.
She puts her head on one side. Did he just wish for a sandwich or something?
Would you like to roll like intelligence or something to try and remember something about food in the journal?
Oh my god. Yes. Well, hang on. Was it in the journal part that I read?
Probably.
Go on. I'll roll intelligence.
Okay, go ahead.
What's my intelligence? Oh, my intelligence is quite good. Okay.
Yeah. If not, you'll probably be able to buy it down.
I'm gonna. How much is that to buy it down? That would be 19. Can I just spend 20 to buy it down to just find just below my intelligence?
Yeah, that's fine. You do that, and you recall a passage that he wrote about how he'd been there for nearly a week. All the small amounts of food that he had with him were gone, and he got into the elevator, and the elevator, without him hitting a button, just went down and opened up on the floor with the cafeteria on it.
All right, yeah.
He was like a day away from starving to death, and then cafeteria. He even says, I don't believe in miracles, but...
Threnody just remembers this and smiles. Okay. Thank you.
Most people get their one, even if they don't realize it.
Okay. Makes sense, I suppose.
So what was SMACC's?
Well, let's... hold on. He just kind of looks at you and goes, well, sometimes, I'm sorry, out of character. I'm trying to think of a way to word this. Oh yeah, he says, every sinner and saint, both every sinner and saint.
I have no idea what that means.
He just kind of shrugs. Like it's no skin off of his nose.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone figured it out.
It's part of his speech, the speech that he gave with the speck of dust, or the pig of earth.
Yeah, pretty strange how, he just so happened to be able to get that thing,
Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah, it's strange the amount of coincidences that seem to be occurring around the wasteland.
Almost as
I think-
if.
I think Smack Talk even commented on that at one point.
Yes.
Oh, I thought that was just you being like, yeah, I'm doing GM stuff.
He
Multifaceted.
in character, he legit said, yeah, there just seems to be a lot of strange coincidences that occur on the wasteland sometimes. Out of character, Steve is kind of the idea of you all happen to be at the same bar at the same time this adventure occurs. That's pretty weird, but no one questions it. Steve is the guy that went, you go there, just go there. Yeah, good.
This is why Threnody has in the past called him Puppet Master.
Steve is the plot contrivance.
He's the author.
He is.
He's
Wait.
K-Cat. Wait.
Are you just shouting random names now?
Well, if you see the author, the first thing that popped in my head was Gravity Falls, and we know all what was going on with that.
But my actual question with the author thing was is that in character or something?
No.
Okay.
This isn't a story. Come on. Can't possibly be characters.
I know you're not saying that in character, but someone even did say that, does that happen later in our story?
Yes, that was me.
Yes.
She's becoming self-aware.
She is. I can't stop her.
One day we're just going to start the call and it's just going to be Threnody.
Hello.
There is no Dally.
Dally is gone now.
There is no Dally.
Characters.
Just Threnody.
It's just Threnody and there's just the others in the background.
Yeah, Dave's not too happy about it, but it's whatever.
Dave isn't entirely sure what to make of a medic, a half-orc, and a little filly in the house.
And a 14-year-old girl with a Pokemon fusion.
Yeah.
And a Pokemon trainer.
Anyway.
And
With
a
a sprig going ree.
Was there anything else anyone wanted to say?
Little Clark is still bugging Steve over. I want to know spoilers.
No.
Wait. What would happen if Steve slowly advanced on Clark with his hand out without his glove on?
Clark would stop and go, "What are you doing?"
Okay, never mind. Because I just had this mental image of Clark going, no, it's not running away.
What are you doing? You wanted spoilers.
And Clark's just like, come on. There's got to be something you can tell me.
Oh, you did. Twice.
Well, more than that. What do I have to pay, man?
Clark's like, I want spoilers. Claire just leans in and goes, Grognat beats the great and powerful Trickster.
Threnody just taps her chin, leans right into Steve and goes, do you know the Muffin Man?
Who lives on Drury Lane?
Did he say that?
I heard he's getting a lot of dough, a shipment of dough soon. Yes.
Damn, he's good. Threnody just kind of thinks for a moment. And
Clark-
she's going to keep
Clark-
thinking.
Clark raises an eyebrow and he goes, oh, so I am I?
As long as you
You're
don't
a
open the
loaded
second
dough.
door, yes.
Ah, that's what you were talking about.
Or...
I thought you
Or
might
is
figure
it?
that part out.
Oh, Jude actually says, having you here reminds me, hey fellas, y'all should know that, I owe Steve something.
What'd you do?
Don't worry.
Oh, that
I
reminds
just
me.
want to make
Which-
sure y'all know that Steve has a favor he can call in on me anytime.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it is not killing or mutilating me or any of my friends, I'm cool with that.
Well, that reminds me, Jude, you found out from Steve that there was going to be something at the Brotherhood that would help. I'm assuming that was Mordecai.
I think that's the case.
Raises an eyebrow.
Out of character, I don't remember.
In character, yeah, it was. You just weren't allowed to say what it was. I think he specifically told you that it was Mordecai, but then he said, also part of the deal is you can't tell her it's Mordecai.
Fair. Threnody is still looking very thoughtful about something.
Whoa, what are you thinking?
In or out of character?
Both.
Threnody just puts up her finger in a kind of give me a moment thing.
Mhm.
And then says, Ah, 30 white horses on a red hill. First they champ, then they clamp, and then they stand still. And
Are
then
you telling me to bite? Are you saying bite me?
she's just grinning at Steve. What? You talking riddles?
Yes, but
Ah,
Oswin, no, Axel has just appeared upon Steve's head and is just looking down at his face and just like reaching out with his claw, about to poke him.
I guess we found the one of the few things Steve doesn't know.
I know every riddle because I literally have gone through every answer in existence.
Frody scoops Axel off Steve's head so he can't get unconscious.
Thank you.
Puts him on his
Uh,
head.
I also, Steve, I think Trinity's telling you to bite her.
I am not. I was just trying to think of a riddle.
Fair enough.
It's a bit hard when most of my brain is taken up with medical and pathological knowledge.
Here's a riddle.
what do I have in my pocket?
It's not a ring that makes you invisible.
Can I have one of those?
Serenity just
That
looks
would
over
actually
at Claire,
be pretty
winks,
cool.
and says, "You want I should check?" Sorry.
I mean, if you want to.
Damn, she called my bluff. Puts Axel on Oswin's head.
Okay, Steve, is the
You
second
can
door
check
thing...
my pockets any day, Thrin.
Frody sidles over to Dude.
Steve's kind of gone from like a thoughtful or like the funny half smile he usually has to just kind of like standing there. He looks like he's like lost in thought or just
Hey,
stuck in the old world.
Steve? Hey. You okay there? You kinda out of it there, bud. What's up?
I always am.
Clark says, okay, Steve, is the second door thing for my heist today. What do I pay you?
He just gets like really close to you, looks you dead in the eye. It's really like he leans in and goes, "Fear the woman in the yellow walls." And then turns around and he starts walking back into the sea of the databanks.
That doesn't answer my question, Steve. I said I'll pay.
Pat, 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 pat.
And he's gone.
Yep. You like anyone else has like a moment to say or do something else, and then he's gone.
Brandy just watches him go, and then just kind of, and then, as per invited, slips a hand into one of Jude's pockets.
Oh, SMACC, you can mention his name 3 times, and he'll show up.
Shuckles.
So, tell us everything you can about him.
No.
I don't think it works like that.
Come
Clark
on.
shrugs
Oh.
and says, you guys do what you want. I'm gonna go sit at the bar for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think you should. Okay, here's everything I have, and then he stops.
He's made it so that you physically can't, hasn't he?
You see the Mr. Handy's like go up to like certain sections in the databanks, and they start like roaming around differently. They didn't pick up any like reels or anything, and they start looking more frantically. He's like, I'm missing like 3 reels.
Yeah, he really doesn't want us to find out who he is ahead of time. I think we either might need to figure it out by ourselves, or just be patient.
I don't like being patient.
Well, he's
Clearly.
Not,
I was patient for a long time.
he's not Lazarus,
Clark-
not Pretty, not Anderson.
Clark looks at Osmond and says, clearly I'm not patient either. I want all the fucking spoilers, man.
Well, you've got 3 now. The woman in the yellow walls, though, that's...
Where are the woman in the yellow walls? Don't go through the second door, and remember to check the bus.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Thren's just leaning into Jude. So when's this, dough delivery of yours, then?
He checks the time as best as he can.
It's only been a couple hours.
Just a few more hours.
Hey, should we, I don't know, try and supply a bit? I mean, we got fucking...
Clark laughs a bit, and he goes, "Let's wait to supply until after I have 1,000 caps."
Fair point. But... we almost got...
I also wouldn't mind going and annoying some preppy fucks if we could find a way to make money out of that.
Clark gives Jude a look, and he goes, "I remember what happened last time I asked you to do that."
Threnody raises an eyebrow. I wasn't there for that.
He punched the floor.
I stand by what I did.
He punched the floor.
You asked Jude for a distraction. You didn't specify what kind of distraction. You just went Jude distraction. So Jude punched the floor.
I figured most people are sensible enough to...
And
Anyways.
challenged every town and city goer to a fight.
Which was a valid distraction, which is what you asked for.
Putting all that aside, Jude, what do you mean by annoying some preppy fucks, and how are we going to make money out of that? She looks genuinely interested in how this might work.
I think the best way if Jude's gonna make any money is use that, and she's pointing at her his guitar.
Clark jumps up, like, raising his hand, like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh!"
Yes,
You're
Clark?
gonna be...
And then he goes, "Rip him off!" Sell them overpriced
I've
crap!
been zarging, so what? What?
Oswin is suggesting that Jude busks for money, and Clark is suggesting that Jude somehow rips them off by overcharging them for shit.
Can't I just offer to beat someone up?
That's not how... No.
Does
Doesn't work that way in Tower City.
They don't have any calls for bouncers here?
But I'm sure that Tower City has people who want other people in Tower City beat up.
But they're all sophisticated and stuff, so, like,
And you'll be banned from getting here again.
yeah.
Or worse.
Threnody taps her chin again. I'm gonna go out and get the lay of the land, see if we have any decent marks.
Alright, you're smarter than me about this stuff.
I've got a good mark already.
I'm just gonna sit here and wait. And if you guys don't come back by night, I'm just gonna assume y'all dead.
Or
Sorry, go ahead.
or kicked out, or locked in a cell, or something.
I'll keep him out of trouble, Oz. She just extends an elbow to Clark. Shall we?
He takes her arm with a very, merry look on his face, and he goes, "Let's!"
She just skips off.
he skips too.
Good.
This is perfect, I love it.
They're going to get into so much trouble.
Yes.
Dally, I desperately want Clark and Thren to get shit-faced one night, and then just wake up the next morning with, like, no idea what's going on.
Good. Yes, we need to do that, although not right now because Clark has work he needs to do, but still.
I mean, yeah, not right now, but one of these days,
definitely.
We just need to have Thren and Clark get shit-faced, and then have them wake up the next morning and Hunter just be like, "So, here's the episode where you figure out what happened last night."
Oh my god, it's a night to remember from Skyrim.
Exactly!
Yes!
And Steve is the dude.
Yes!
The god.
Last thing I remember was drinking with Steve. Oh god, no, what were we thinking?
He's a god, he can't get hungover.
Yeah, no. You're like, what did we drink last night? And Steve is like, I'm an incorporeal being who can never physically change. What kind of drinks do you think I have to drink to get drunk?
It reminds me of that episode a couple of episodes of Supernatural where Castiel gets drunk and they're like, Cass, are you drunk? And he's like, yeah. And then they're like, how? And then he goes, I found the liquor store and I drank it.
And because in Supernatural, angels can be affected by human stuff, but they have to be affected like 1,000 times more than humans.
Yeah, so like I said, I found the liquor store and I drank it.
So to get drunk, he has to drink like 1,000 times more than a normal person. So he drinks an entire liquor store. And then when he's hungover, he looks at a bottle of like aspirin. He's like, "So how many am I supposed to take? 3?" It undoes the entire thing and downs the whole bottle.
There was another episode where God, what were their names?
I know I sent you a message.
Joe and her mother were like sitting like in a bar with Cass, and like Castiel drinks like 10 shots in a row, and like they're all like, holy shit, because that much would like kill someone of alcohol poisoning. And Cass goes, I think I'm starting to feel something.
Anyway, so Thren is out looking for mercs to do what with?
She just wants to see what she can possibly get away with in Tower City.
Bless you.
Not all that much, because unless you're in specific locations, people are looking at you because you're not part of them. You're not, the prim and proper people. So they kind of have eyes on you constantly. The guards don't look at you any differently, but there's still guards around. But the people definitely have their eyes on you. And they don't hide it. They don't hide the disdain for you being here.
Okay, so she's not going to get anywhere.
Or like as Clark and Thren are skipping about,
they're
Clark
maybe not
just
skipping when they're going through town, but yeah.
Yeah, like Clark, just to kind of fuck with some people, pulls what Jude did when they first met and just winks or otherwise makes eyes at some of the more disgusted-looking people who are like, ew, wastelanders.
They give you a really wide berth.
Anyone who looks disgustedly or disdainfully at Threnody, she'll just kind of look quite shy and a little bit hurt, as if, oh, I came to the big city to try and see all this cool stuff, and people don't like me. She's looking very self-conscious about it.
Aww.
This is like this is acting. She doesn't actually give a fuck, but this is what she's. This is the impression she's trying to give.
Can Clark catch that?
You magnificent bastard.
Just because he knows Thren well enough to figure.
I'd be happy with him. But
Yeah, I'm fine with Clark just knowing that she's acting, but I would still like Threnody to roll bluff.
It would help if I did the correct code.
Maybe.
Codes are important.
Clark, you don't know that she's faking.
Oh shit!
You honestly
I
believe
got 20 and it gave me one. I'm so happy.
you legit think she's a little hurt.
Clark puts a hand on her back and he goes, "Hey, you okay?"
Threnody she's gonna hide her surprise that, oh shit, she's actually fooling Clark. And she just murmurs into his ear as if she's kind of too embarrassed for anyone to hear what she's saying, but what she actually says to Clark is, I'm fine, it's just an act.
Oh, okay. So you play super shy, and then I go and I hump the air in front of them?
And then you break Thren.
Thren just looks vaguely confused.
Thren is just like, please no. and he goes, you have your way of trolling them, I have mine.
And so you do this for a while. You do get, if you try and troll them that way, you do get some looks from guards.
He doesn't actually hump the air.
Okay. That's fine.
If
And you
they-
just kind of go around.
If they get to, like, are they just looking around, or are they going to the bar where Clark is going to meet up with his people?
Clark's gonna look around with Thren for a while, but once it gets close to time, he is gonna go to the bar.
Okay.
Does Stun follow? Or...
Yes. Yeah, Thren's
Okay.
gonna pop herself up at the bar. She is
So-
going to. Yeah. She'll maybe not be right by Clark. Like she'll.
Clark is actually on their way to the bar. He's gonna suggest that they separate
Yeah.
and go there separately, so...
Okay.
No.
So Clark can go to the bar first if he wants.
Okay,
Hunter, you did get my message, right?
about...
I just sent you a message not like a minute ago.
Okay.
What's happening? Is it Axel?
That's fine. And when you get to the bar, you find that this seems to be one of the places that Wastelanders are more chill. Because it seems like this is the bar that Wastelanders go to. That this is the place that most transactions happen, so the bartender's kind of like, he understands what's going on, he doesn't judge people. And you do notice that there aren't any guards specifically in this bar, but there are definitely guards outside the bar, like across the hall. Or like down the hall. And when you come in, Clark, there are 3 guys around the table playing poker, and the one guy waves you over when you come in. And
Do I
when
recognize him?
Oh yeah, it's the same guy.
Just making sure.
And when you sit down, you see 2 other guys, one of which has like the aviator glasses on. He's bald, he's got really like tan skin, and he's built like a... This guy's like 6.5 feet tall, mostly muscles.
Good.
And then the other guy, he looks kind of like thin and wiry. He even has like really thin and wiry hair. And he's not jittery, but he's very like, the moment you come up, he looks you up and down, and like knows everything about you, and then goes back to playing his game.
God damn
Sorry,
it,
what?
Andrea. Sorry, I messaged Andrea, like, I suddenly have a bad feeling about this, and her reply was, no!
No.
Good.
Well, like, I just got a thought.
What?
Because that guy recognized Clark initially. What if they don't really want him to go on a heist with them? What if they're tricking him to get him alone and beat him up or something?
In which case, it's a good thing Threnodi's nearby.
Yeah!
Speaking
And another.
and Axel or Oswin.
No.
By the way, Claire, maybe. Did she say
No.
she would? I can't remember.
I don't know, she might be there later.
Okay. Speaking of Thren, by the way, she has not been a fan of people noticing her tattoo and stuff like that, so she is taking slightly extra measures. She usually wears her hair in front of the right side of her face. The first, she is kind of tucking the dyed parts of her hair back into the rest of her hair, like with a Kirby grip.
Now, I do have a question.
Yes.
Do you want to buy some makeup?
I do. Yes.
Because this is the one place in the wasteland that you would get it.
Fuck.
Oh my
yes.
god, buy Clark some too?
Okay, maybe I will. But I'm gonna buy some brown foundation to cover up my tattoo. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
And you know, the tattoo is going to be dissipated, and the scar is going to look smaller and going to kind of slightly smoothed out, but it's still going to be noticeable.
Well, she's gonna put that on, so you can't see it, but then she'll still sort of wear her hair in front of her face as well.
All Clark
issue
wants
is-
is eyeshadow and eyeliner.
The issue is, can you afford it?
That is the question.
Because
That is the question, and this is where Threnodi's natural 20 in looking pitiful may come in.
and because we can say that this happened while you were walking around and stuff, I'll let Clark help with that. The initial thing is a little case of it for 250 caps. That'll give you 5 uses of it.
Okay, so I don't have that much. Threnody is going to. She has still got her the dyed parts of her hair pinned back, and she's got the rest of her hair hanging forward in front of her face, and she's very much. I didn't know it was going to cost that much. Do you have anything that might be cheaper? I just want to cover, and she just kind of shows the scar and then just quickly hides it again and just kind of puts her hand over her face and just looks really self-conscious. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know it's. I know you have no reason to help me. I shouldn't be asking it. It's just
The woman behind the counter is probably 80.
Oh.
And she has like caked on like foundation and then like way too much blush and like
Literally just wipes off some of her makeup and smears it on Trinity's cheek.
but like you know that like the picture of like the old lady that's like caked in makeup.
yes.
Yeah, that's basically this woman, and she's kind of like repulsed when you show her the score.
I know.
And almost
I know, it's awful.
you
I'm
don't
sorry.
definitely looking at it. She doesn't feel like you can tell that she's not like any more. She doesn't want to cheapen the price because she wants to help you. She wants to cheapen the price to get you out of her store. So she says 200 caps.
One moment. Oh, shit.
I believe Clark has an ability.
Clark does have an ability. His thingy.
Unless you want to use it for something else.
Something else.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I don't mean to
For
be rude.
data.
I don't mean to be rude, but who? Could I ask who does your makeup?
I do, dear. Now you're gonna pay for it to go.
You do your own? How did you learn? It's just, I wish I could look that nice.
She looks at you and gives this smile that you can tell that she really doesn't want you here, but she's still smiling because you might give her 200 caps. Bless your heart, dear. You're trying, but I can't go any lower.
Thren just kind of hangs her head.
Hold on. Okay. God, what ability are you referring to, Hunter?
Don't you have a thing like I gotta pay the bills
Yeah.
or?
I have to pay
it's-
rent.
Yeah, I thought so. I just I started talking about that and you said or something else, so I was confused.
I mean, just in case you have another ability that allows you to cheapen prices.
No, just have to pay rent. So
You casting it?
Yep.
Roll me a D100.
alright. And that is the percent, right?
Yep.
And then this is pass or fail. My charisma is 75. So,
How do you flavor this?
Clark leans forward on the counter, glaring at her, and he goes, "Look, lady, my girl here is is clearly what."
Threnody, to help sell this, is just kind of clinging to Clark's arm and looking just completely shattered.
Yeah, he goes, "Look here, lady, my girl here, all she wants is just a little bit of fucking makeup to cover up something that she feels uncomfortable with, and something that you are not helping with by giving her all that disgusted look bullshit. So if you don't give us something that we can work with, then I'm gonna have to just tell everybody in the fucking city about what a shithole this shop here is."
Her like smile is gone. Her eye is twitching. Her lips are like pursed, which are, by the way, like the reddest red you've ever seen, because she has just like so much lipstick on. And she looks you dead in the eye, leans in, kind of slaps the counter. 52 caps.
He looks at Thren with a slight smirk.
Frody's
Like,
face
not-
lights up. You angel, thank you. She's saying this to the lady, and she will get out 52 caps.
She slides the thing across against you, snatches the caps out, and just doesn't want anything else to do with you.
Threnody, like her face,
Clark.
like for a second, she just she gives this a split second death glare to this woman, and then the facade is back, and she grabs Clark by the arm and says, "Thanks, honey. Let's go."
I just love having this mental image of like, hey, so guys, did you buy the armor?
No, but we got makeup, and Clark's got eyeliner.
You got makeup.
I didn't
Clark
think
just
about,
has-
I kind of vaguely thought about makeup, but it never occurred to me I could actually get my hands on any, so this is good.
Tower City is probably the only place in the entire Westland that would have.
Pleased.
And they just come back, and Clark's like, no, but I got makeup, and he has eyeshadow and eyeliner, like he does in the Sims game when I showed you guys.
Aww.
So yeah, we go back to the bar. Thren has the makeup, one dose of the makeup on, so you have 4 doses left.
Yes. I
Which,
found a place to kind of apply it.
Yeah.
Clark on the way back before they split up and go, separately. As they leave, Clark goes, I was wondering, maybe I was a little too harsh, but then I was like, she is evil.
She wasn't very nice.
So,
And
yeah,
you
I'm
know what?
glad I did that.
I don't think she's running low on makeup particularly.
Clark actually does burst into laughter.
But yeah, Threnody will find somewhere with a reflection to apply the makeup, and then she's going to slip the foundation tub into her bag. Actually, she's going to put it into her pouch. She has an empty pouch on her bandolier, so she'll put it in there.
That's fun.
Yay! Okay, skipping forward to where Clark was
Yep.
again.
Yep. So Clark, you sit down at the table. They deal you in some cards, and the guy's like, "So, you bring some chips?"
Yeah,
bring your chips?
I did.
Cool.
And he doesn't open it, but he pulls out his lock-picking kit and sets it on the table.
And they're like, no, where are your chips? We're actually playing poker.
They actually are starting to play poker, and they are playing with some chips. They're not bottle caps, but actual chips. And they're sliding things across the table. And as you're watching them play, they're making really bad decisions if they were playing poker. But you can see that every time they slide in, someone goes, yeah, no, he's he has absolutely nothing in his hand. And he bets 50 chips. It's
How
a
can I
stack
tell
of
that?
1s and 5s.
How would I be able to tell that?
Well,
It's you're not supposed to show your hand.
well, afterwards, he just kind of lays his cards down and drags the pile to him. And you see, he has absolutely nothing. And the other guy, the other guy, you kind of determine he had at least 2 face cards. This other guy should have won easy. But as you're watching, you can see that when they slide a group of chips across the table, there's pieces of paper underneath. So they're giving messages to each other as they play this poker game, so no one notices. And so you're so as you start playing along, you win hands, you lose hands. The whole point is when you have a message to give, you bet so many chips that you cover the piece of paper, and you kind of give a signal to who needs to get the message, and then everyone else either folds or they play it for a little while and then they fold, and then the message is delivered. So you go back and forth this way for probably about an hour until you have all the information, but no one at all would even know that you're delivering these messages unless they sat down and played.
Or unless they had rolled a nat 20 perception with bonuses or something.
Probably, yeah, something like that. So Thren, as far as you can tell, there is no big score. They're just playing poker for an hour.
Thren starts to get annoyed.
Off in the distance, you can just feel Osmond's just what? You said you were gonna steal stuff.
And then And then so after about an hour, you have the all the stuff, right? So the big guy with the really big guy with the bald hair and the tan skin, his name's Shades. Um, the dude that's kind of wiry with long hair, his name's Ferret. And the guy that you were talking to before, his name's Jester. And so Ferret's kind of the lookout. Jester's kind of the fencer. Like he's gonna sell the stuff once you get it, and he's kind of the mouthpiece. If you come across anything, he's gonna try and smooth everything out. And Shades is kind of the muscle, whatever need be. So you kind of figure out that they kind of need they need a infiltrator to begin with. Someone that's good with the hand.
Someone who is a sneaky sneak.
Yeah, things like that. So they just need you. What they're doing is they're going to go to a spot in the Tower City that people aren't supposed to get to, and then they're going to descend from that window one floor down into the room of one of the civilians of Tower City. It's this old lady, and she's had these.
Is she the makeup lady?
Maybe you don't know. You don't know what her name is or what she looks like. But she's had these jewels in her family for generations. And they are good. Someone said they'd be willing to pay minimal 4,000 caps for one of these. One of these. She supposedly has more. But once you get inside, they've tried casing the joint, but it's really tough. So they don't know exactly where the gems are. They just know that they're in the room. So they need to get in there and then find them.
Clark, when he gets a chance to, while they're passing the notes back and forth, he's going to ask about this lady and what she's like and stuff like that.
One sec. They just kind of say like she's this really old lady. She doesn't even work. She doesn't even have a job somewhere in the tower. She just lives off the money that her family has. She doesn't have any descendants or anyone to inherit all of that. So
Clark essentially writes, "Yeah, but is she an asshole?"
Don't know. Never met her. Does it matter?
Prefer if she was an asshole, but.
Are you saying you're out if she's not a dick?
I don't think so.
I need solid yes or no right now.
I'm in.
Okay. At which point, so you kind of get all this stuff, right? And so you know that the jewels are supposed to be in this one particular room of her place that has like 3 or 4 different rooms. And that all of you will leave one by one and make your way up to where you're supposed to meet up with each other. And you get the location. Shades leaves first, then Jester, then Ferret, then you. And so they all kind of, like, they kind of like all cast their chips, and then they lose. And they're like, I'm out. They fold and they leave the table. And this happens until you're the last person left and you have all the chips. So you just kind of like rake them in, you put them in your bag. Oh, it does mention that Jester wants his chips back, and it's when it's all over.
Clark agrees.
Okay, so you make your way back to you make your way above the where you've ever been before. This is the highest you've ever been in the tower. I mean, this is like a 50-story tower. You're probably on level 40 now, and you are not supposed to be here. These are all like the residents of the building. Friend, do you follow?
Okay, could you just let me know what I missed?
Oh, jeez.
What part did you last hear?
Clark, Chips, he'd just put his lockpicking kit on the table. So I've
so
read...
you missed the whole conversation.
I'm really sorry, yeah.
No, that's
okay.
Fine. That's totally fine. It's just fine, yeah. Are you okay?
I'm in a little bit of pain, but I'll be fine.
What did you do?
Dally.
Yeah, what's going on?
Hugs.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
What you missed is basically they're gonna steal the family jewels from this old lady who doesn't even have a job. She just lives off the money that her family has.
Thren doesn't
and-
know this.
Yeah, no, but out of character. And so what they're going to do is go up to one floor above her house when she's away, so during the day, and then descend through the window into her apartment, into her apartment technically, and then find the jewels in this particular. They knew that the jewels are in this one room. They got to find them and then get out the same way they came in. And they know of a guy that's going to that will buy one of these jewels for about 4,000 caps. So they can find more than one, at least 4,000 caps. So they can find more than one, they'll get a bigger bonus, but they just need the one, and that's enough of a payday to make it worth it.
Awesome, just don't open the second door.
If it applies to that.
And so then they all get up one by one and they leave. Do you follow? Clark's last.
Yeah, Clark's last only.
Thren's gonna follow discreetly, yes.
Roll me. Well, both of you roll me stealth.
This is some Assassin's Creed shit right here.
Hunter,
Yes.
can I say if Axel sees Thread, that Axel goes over to Thread and just hangs out with her?
Thren, you have an axle on your shoulder.
Threnody rolls with this.
Okay.
What's this
Axel-
stuff? Probably
Axel puts on a little burglar mask.
No, it's the glasses with the nose and the mustache.
Oh my god!
The Groucho Marx glasses. I'm also
Yes,
going to
that's
give
my
Thren. I'm going to give you a bonus because you're nat 20 acting.
Oh, thank you.
People.
My stealth is like 0, so.
That's fine because people look at you and immediately assume you're in no trouble.
Okay. So bonus on your end?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. No. Ignore that.
Oh.
I didn't put the D.
Okay.
I didn't put the D.
I was going to say another nat.
I'm re-rolling that. I'm fucking re-rolling that.
Nope, that's the same number.
Thank you.
18, so 22 altogether.
Cool.
Clark, Thren's sneakier than you are.
Hey, really sorry, but I've got to go grab a painkiller. I'll be right back.
It's okay.
Alright.
Clark, you think that a few guards might be looking at you sometimes? Before you get to the point that you're not supposed to be, but they don't seem to really, mind you at all. And then when you get beyond the point that you're supposed to be, you stealth it, and no one notices you. You get up to a room that appears to be more of like a storage area. Like this floor alone, it seems to be like a storage area for maintenance between floor 30 and 50. That way, people that are repairing stuff don't have to go from the basement to the top over and over again. Because that would suck. So you find the specific room, you give a little signal knock. They open the door and they let you in, and they're all ready to go. They are decked out. They are all done up in black, and they're ready.
Clark sees them and zips up his jacket.
So how you want to do this? All four of us, or just you?
I can do just me. If that whatever works best.
10 minutes seem good.
Sounds good.
Okay, in that case, and by the way, this has all been Jester. Ferret and Shades don't really talk all that much. They let Jester do the talking. Ferret, he goes, turns to Ferret, goes, okay, keep a lookout on the bottom floor. Shades, if anyone tries coming up here, you know what to do.
Is there any way you guys can signal me if it's time to go?
I'll tug on the rope. We can put something on the end. Got a bell. Yeah, so they put a bell on the end of the rope that you are to keep silent until it's just dangling there. So they'll tug on the rope if you need to get out. No.
Okay. Or
actually, no.
Clark.
Because Ferret's going to be looking out on that floor. he'll give the same signal you used to get into this room on that door, so you'll hear it and know to
Okay.
get out.
Okay. So, okay, so what do they want Clark to do exactly?
They want you to. By the way, remember you're on like floor 40.
Yeah.
You are to climb out the window on a rope, descend one floor, and cut your way or get in through the window. The less you leave behind, the better, and get into the bottom and get into that room.
All right.
Clark's gonna die.
God.
That one.
All right.
I
Clark.
mean, may I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Rod.
Here's a chance to literally use through the window.
I don't think we've used it literally yet.
Literally through the window.
Okay, with that, I gotta use the restroom. You figure out how you're gonna make this epic. If you can't, I have a way.
Oh,
So-
I don't know if I'll make it epic. I want to roll first. Like,
Okay. I'll use the restroom.
In any case, I still need to figure out how I'm gonna do it. I
You
guess.
can't crash through the window, that'll make too much noise.
Yeah, I'm looking through his inventory right now to see what he could use. And I guess I could use the lockpicking kit to try to. Oh,
Okay, I'm back.
I have an idea.
Oh.
Alright, so Clark is, like, before his descent, he is going to try to make sure the rope is as secure as possible. Like, he's not just going to have it around his waist. He's going to have it loop around one leg, then loop around the other leg, around his waist, around his shoulders, as secure as possible without, without making it too short.
Okay.
So he's going to do that. And before his descent, he is going to tell everyone to stay away, set down one of his spring traps, activate it intentionally so that all the barbed wire and razor blades shoot out and flail. And then once it stops flailing, he is going to try to remove some of the razor blades from the inside of the trap to try to cut the glass.
Okay. I mean, you could have just said you had a glass cutter, but I'm cool with this.
Well, I didn't know if I had one because, like, I have a lockpicking kit, but I don't know if a glass cutter would be in that.
Probably not in the lockpicking kit, but yeah, okay. Let's say you get the razor from the spring trap.
All right.
So now you're descending.
Yeah. So then he descends.
Roll me acrobatics or
Okay,
athletics. Yeah, let's go athletics.
Fine, God. But Hunter, my acrobatics is better.
Roll me athletics. Ooh, that's a 10.
Should we roll it? Should we re-roll it?
Do you want to re-roll it?
I don't know. Is it a pass?
It's a 10. What do you think?
I don't know.
Do you want to re-roll it or no?
I don't have a reroll. I used mine earlier.
I'm wondering. You're giving up yours, Andrea?
Yes.
Oh, I do have that other thing that I could use, the and you fail.
15.
Okay.
It's not the most graceful thing, and I'm gonna give you a -2 on your stealth roll. So roll stealth.
Okay. Ha!
How do you have what's your stealth?
We've been over this. It's a +10.
Okay, so 17 altogether. Oh. Fine, you're actually pretty damn stealthy. You're not graceful, but you're able to recover, so you're still sneaky. So you climb all the way down, and you just can hear the wind going by. You're 40 stories up. It's loud. It's like ripping at your clothes. It's super powerful. You've never been up this high.
Clark. The reason Clark is not very graceful is because he looked down.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
That is
Like
such a bad idea.
That's why I'm gonna say in character, like that's why he wasn't graceful, in spite of him being able to catch himself and be quiet.
God, if I was up there, I wouldn't be able to stop looking down.
So yeah, Clark is just noping, and he reaches the window and like he peers in to just make absolute sure it is empty.
It is empty, and the lights are off.
Right, and he takes out the razor blade, and he is.
Now, here's the thing. They did say that they want to try and leave as little evidence as possible. So, how you do this is up to you.
Oh shit! In that case, my bad. He would have taken the razor blade just to be safe, but
I mean,
he would
you
have.
can still cut a hole into it and get in that way, but that means they know for sure that someone broke in.
Well, try the window first.
Yeah, he's gonna. So he brought a razor blade and his lockpicking kit just in case he finds any locked shit inside too. And he is going to try to open the window just normally.
It's one of those hotel windows, so that it doesn't really have like a. Well, hold on. 1950 would probably have windows that open. Okay, I'm gonna say it's probably one of those windows that open, but they only open so wide, so you'd have to literally squeeze your way in.
Clark will squeeze his way in. He's a scrawny guy.
Well, roll me acrobatics, because that is definitely more of a like contorting thing. 15. Yeah, you get in. It's not bad. You don't break anything on the way in, and you don't make any noise. So now you stand in this dark. It's dark because there's not a light, but the sun is still out. So like there's light coming through the window, and you see two other doors. One you can tell is the door to the outside, like to the hallway. The other one is to another room. There is a wardrobe, a couch, a TV, you don't know if it functions, a jukebox, a table, two bookcases, and a display case.
Check the display case.
Inside, you see what appears to be a necklace of pearls.
Gonna take that.
The display case is locked.
Gonna pick the lock.
Well, okay. Pick the lock. Roll me sleight of hand. 17.
I have an alarm.
Now I want you to roll me perception -5.
Oh god.
Because you didn't say you were doing this.
You should have Indiana Jones that shit.
I'm still giving you the chance.
I knew it.
I'm still giving you the chance of passing.
You said
you
-5.
-5.
That would be -2 then.
Ooh.
How do I buy that up? How much do I need?
We need a lot because that's a 4. Does anyone want to give the DM reroll?
Reroll.
Yes.
That's 17 to pass. You as you're like fiddling with the lock, you can tell that there's a secondary mechanic along with the lock, and you have to pop the lock and then lift the. There's a drawer that slides out, and that has whatever you're trying to display. The drawer is trapped, so that when you pull on it, a needle comes in from the side and gets your finger. You don't know what's in the needle, but you're able to see it, and you kind of like you are able to pull the drawer out just enough that you don't trigger it. Or do you just want to disable it?
God. Disable it.
I mean, because you can get the pearl necklace without activating it or disabling it at all.
Well, if he doesn't have to, then don't do that.
Yeah, if he doesn't have to do anything, then he's...
Okay, so you're able to pull out the drawer just enough, and you stare down at this beautifully immaculate, you've never in your life even seen fake pearls necklace. It looks absolutely beautiful. And the light from the window kind of comes in and reflects off of the pearls, and they sheen just so. It's really pretty. Roll perception.
Uh-oh. God fucking.
Nat 1.
Wow.
Reroll.
Well, I mean, see, that's why you thief in pairs. So you have a lookout out front. So as long as he's doing his job, you don't need to. Yeah, you don't need to watch out.
So yeah, don't re-roll that. It's probably just something about the necklace.
Well, because you Nat 1, I get to change the scene, and I know how I want to change the scene.
Oh no.
Because you left the window open, there's a breeze, and it comes in, and it goes through the room, which is fine. But then you hear a click as the latch on a door is caught, and the secondary door swings open.
Hide.
Did you say second door? Is this what I come back to?
The second door.
Clark didn't do it.
Where do
Is
you
there
hide?
a woman in the yellow walls as well?
Oh, also, there's also a coffee table in front of the couch. Where do you hide?
Where is there to hide? Oh, in the wardrobe.
The wardrobe?
Either under
Okay.
the bed. Well, can he fit under the bed?
There is no bed.
Oh,
Ouch.
duh.
There's a couch.
Can he fit under the couch?
No, but you can fit
You sit
behind it.
Get
Right,
behind
he's
it.
gonna... Alright, yeah, he's gonna hide behind the couch.
Roll me stealth. You can get a massive bonus.
Oh god.
You don't need the massive bonus.
Where's
So you
Thread?
hide behind the couch, and you hear nothing.
Oh, Dally's asking where Thren is and all this.
Oh, you followed Clark till he got to a room, and Clark went in the room, and probably a minute later, the guy in shades and the kind of wiry guy came out, and Shades just kind of like stood there looking around, like, he's supposed to be here. That's he's supposed to be. He's doing stuff. He's important. And the wiry guy kind of went down backstairs. So I don't know what Thren wanted to do.
She'll probably stay near to where Clark went. Like,
Roll me stealth.
stealth again? Okay, hang on.
I love how y'all are basically like pulling a thing on these guys in the first place.
How do you mean?
That's an
Like-
8, so...
Y'all are pulling stealth stuff on these thieves. So, if you spend 15 points of luck, you can buy it up to a pass.
I have 15 points of luck, so I will do that.
Okay, so you're able to stay stealthed. Clark! Nothing happens.
He is going to creep out from his hiding. Okay.
You see the door. It is ajar, probably about 8 inches. And beyond that, you can't see anything. Like there's no light on the other room, and you think that whatever drapes on the window are closed, so you can't. It's just there's no light.
Oh, Steve said not to do the second door, but Clark wouldn't think of this as the second door. Just, it's the first door to him. So he's going to investigate.
So you go up to the door?
Yeah.
Nothing seemed to happen. It's still darkness beyond.
He's going to go check inside.
Gonna have to creak open the door a little bit.
Yep.
It's quite clearly this door has not been opened in a while.
Dear.
And you kind of like lean in, and it's super dark. You can't see anything. You'd have to find some kind of light source.
Let me see if I have anything in my inventory.
You probably have like a flashlight, but I don't know if you'd bring that with you on a heist.
I don't see a flashlight in his inventory.
It just kind of in general, I say you have that because otherwise, without a pit boy, you have no light source.
Yeah, that's true.
And especially at night, you kind of need that.
Yeah, and I don't. Well, like you said, though, I don't know if he'd bring a flashlight with him.
Or you could like try and find a source of light inside the room, or pull the drapes.
Pulling the drapes is a bit risky, so find the light switch.
You kind of like fumble around for a little while. You actually have to like go on the other side of the door. So like you're like the door opens, you go around the door, and there's the light switch, and you flick it open, and you're in the bedroom with a big 4-poster bed.
Is there yellow wallpaper?
Yes, there is.
Dally, there's yellow wallpaper, Dally.
Dally?
I'm scared.
Clark is going to look for a woman in the yellow wallpaper.
Roll me perception.
Fucking hell.
11? Is that your perception?
Yeah.
You don't really see anything.
Okay. Oh shit, I just realized I've been forgetting to keep track of my experience.
That's fine. It's good to know that you have you can go back and actually grab them all.
Yeah. So anyway, Clark is going to look around the bedroom to see if he can find any gems there.
Well, you see the 4-poster bed, 2 nightstands on either side, a wardrobe, another bookcase. Roll me. I guess insight. Roll me insight.
Okay. Nat 20!
There's something off about this room.
I'm going to look for the woman in the wallpaper again.
You don't see a woman like wallpaper because you didn't roll me perception, you rolled me insight. Something's wrong with this room because like almost all the wall space, in the rooms, other room and this one are used. It's really well done. Except for a particular spot between 2 bookshelves. It's really strange. It's about the size of a door frame. And there's a light fixture there that, is really fancy, but isn't anywhere else in this entire apartment that you've seen.
Pull the light fixture like a lever.
It doesn't go that way. But when you tug on it, it does move. It just doesn't seem to pull like a lever.
Okay. Yeah, mess with it to see if it's a switch of any kind.
Yeah, it slides. It slides on a hinge to the left, along the wall, and there's a space that slides down, and you are immediately greeted by a ghoul who swipes at you.
That woman.
That woman.
Oh no! What's your AR?
10, because I have shit armor.
Take 14 points of damage as it just lunges at you, both hands, just hitting you.
Whoa, shit.
You okay, Bucks?
Yeah, I just need to fix this chair. It's getting old, and I messed. Yep, a screw just fell out. Oh well. Anyways, give me a sec because I just realized that I was logged out of my Gmail account where I have my character sheet, so I need to log back in so I can take 14 points of damage.
It would have been funny if y'all keep saying check the bus, and I had actually said check the bust.
Is there a bust?
You haven't seen one.
Did you actually say bust, Hatter?
No, I said bus.
Good.
B-U-S. It would have just been funny that like you get this like cryptic message, but you've been getting it wrong this whole time.
Why does that never happen to prophecies? Why does no one ever mishear it?
They
Well,
should.
yeah,
That's
and
probably a plot point in a book somewhere.
Yeah,
well,
probably.
I mean, there is that one Pokemon movie where it's like all the world shall turn to ash.
Yeah.
Oh, good point.
And I just got so angry.
Well,
Yeah.
there's one, especially in the Harry Potter series, that they point out that there are two prophesized children, Harry and Neville.
Yep.
Neville
That way,
fucking Longbottom.
Yeah, that way, if one of them falls, the other one can take their place. There's a backup to the prophecy.
Good.
The prophecy has a backup prophecy.
Plan B.
Plan B. Shit, get the replacement.
I like to think that it was just that everyone knew Neville was less marketable.
Poor Neville. Well, it's also
Poor Neville.
Voldemort, went after the ones, he thought.
True.
Yeah. He went after Harry because he thought it was
I still
Harry.
like how that's become a phrase. When somebody hits puberty and they become really fucking hot, it's called Neville Longbottoming.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yep.
Yeah, so you take 14 damage, Clock.
Okay.
And roll me initiative.
Oh, good.
Any chance I should No, I'll wait.
Ah, fuck.
There's no way that you hear this because this is a floor down.
Ah, shit. So even if
you
he
just-
yells...
Yeah, well, if he yells, you might hear it, but most likely not. You'd have to probably roll like a nat 20. So, the ghoul goes first, and swipes at you twice more, and fails. You, dodge out of the way, and just...
Right,
But it's
so,
coming
like,
after you.
yes.
It's your turn.
So, is this thing in, a closet or something that Clark managed to open?
This seems to be like a safe room or a side room
Hang on,
that you're supposed to be able to get into. It's probably a 10 by 10 room. It's not that big, but
Okay.
it's a decent size. People could be in this room. It's not a closet.
Okay. Clark wouldn't have brought any weapons because, well, he wouldn't have brought Amber with him because, 1, weight, and 2, not anticipating combat. So he is going to...
Do you have another spring trap?
Oh
No,
yeah,
he wouldn't
because you do
wouldn't have
have
brought
one.
those-
Because
wouldn't have-
I mean,
wouldn't
because
have
you said that you had one to use the razor. You have the razor.
Yeah, he just removed the razor, not the... And that's what I was getting to, is that he holds the razor blade between his knuckles like this, so it's sticking out,
Okay.
and swipes to slit the ghoul's throat.
Roll me an attack.
Sorry about that.
So you need. We need to get higher than a 10.
I'll spend luck.
5 points of luck, I guess. Yeah. So you hit it. Roll me. Oh jeez. 1d2 plus 1, I guess.
1d2 plus 1.
Yeah. Do damage. Psh. You don't kill it. And it comes at you again. Oh no. For a grand total of 6 more damage.
Okay.
The ghoul's kind of pushing you into the room, it keeps swiping at you. It wants to kill you. Your turn.
Alright, so I'm being pushed into the side room or the bedroom?
The bedroom. It came out of the side room and is coming at you, and to like keep dodging out of the way, you keep having to step back.
All right. So, is there any way that I could use through the window to just kill it instantly?
You'd have to make it super cool.
How will I do that?
What do you have at your disposal?
I have the rope that was tied around him, his razor blade, and his lockpicking kit.
I have.
Is that all you have on?
He would have left everything in the storage room with the others
I have
to
an idea.
PM me.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, you have all the stuff around you in the room.
Okay.
Oh! I just had this crazy idea. You would lose the jewelry, but you could choke her with the pearl necklace.
I mean, you would lose probably the band would break, but the pearls are still worth something.
Tell me what else is in the room real quick.
There is 2 bookshelves, a 4-poster bed, 2 nightstands on either side of the bed, and a wardrobe.
Bookshelf. Good. Well, how much action can be encompassed in through the window? Does it just have to be one really cool thing, or can it be a chain of cool things?
As long as you make it epic and you don't go too far with it.
I'm gonna...
Because if you go too far with it, it could be like, you know, a couple rolls, and then you do a specific thing through the window, and then a couple more rolls.
Alright, I'm gonna PM Bucky.
Okay. Cool.
Through the window. Oh my god! Can you imagine just like the ghoul comes running at you, and you just do that thing where you like grab her arms, get a foot in her stomach, and then like fall back and fling her through the window. She just falls 40 stories under the pavement.
That would
Go
be a very
on.
literal interpretation.
Fuck! Screw keeps falling.
I don't know if that would classify or not, though.
Okay. I'm gonna modify it a little bit.
Absolutely.
I am going to use your first 2 suggestions of, so what he's gonna do is he's going to, jam a lockpick into her eye to, distract her.
Ooh.
Then he, while she's, in pain, he's going to get some of the loose rope from around him and throw it around her. Drag her, if possible, to the first room he was in with the open window. And finally make through the window literal.
Well, so you're just gonna like kick her through the window?
Yeah.
Spartan.
Have you ever seen Judge Dredd, the movie Dredd?
I have not.
Oh.
I am.
Okay,
Yeah.
you said Judge Dredd first, and just, I have a link for this.
I am the
I am-
law.
No.
Or the law chicken dance. But no, sorry, I meant Dredd. That's in the newest one. By the way, I think they're making a sequel to that, and
Yep,
I'm super excited. Because that first movie was great. Anyway, so I'm gonna make the stabbing it in the eye with the lockpick a necessary roll, and you're gonna lose that lockpick. But I'm gonna say you can use and then a strength check to guide it, and then through the window you can the Judge Dredd blow dance. So I need a 2-hit, a strength check, and then you can activate through the window and literally just spawn.
All right, reroll with my my
Look at
and you
my
lose
roll.
ability.
Oh,
No, I have an ability. So
13, that's a
fail.
hit. You stab
Okay.
her in the eye with a lockpick. Roll me a strength check.
D100. Fuck.
Well, let's hope
If you
that
haven't
she
used
gets
my
less.
reroll, it's still open to you.
Or I can spend luck.
What's your strength?
50.
Oh, fuck.
That's a lot of luck.
She technically beats you. Do you want to use luck?
Yeah, I'm gonna use luck.
Spend 6 points of luck, and you technically beat her. It's a struggle, but you get her into the next room, and then you use through the window, and the entire window just shatters as she goes tumbling. The like nightgown dress that she was wearing fluttering as she falls 40 stories.
Are you drawing from the opening of Watchmen?
No.
Oh. Fair enough.
To the window. To
The
the
times
wall.
they aren't a-changin'.
Indeed.
Alright,
And
so Clark
yep.
sees this and is like kind of bothered by the fact that he had to break the window. Gets an idea, smiles, and then starts arranging it to make it look as though it was just the ghoul that was there and that he had nothing to do with it. So like he's going to use his razor blade to like put some claw marks here and there.
Roll me.
That's clever.
Roll. That is smart. Roll me bluff.
Like Clark's
Okay.
smart or something. Smart Clark.
Lucky is very smart.
Yeah, very smart.
16. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Alright, so yeah, he is making it look as though the ghoul was what did all this. And like he's even going to like
Ghoul stole the look jewelry. Ghoulery.
he like is there any way he can mess with the display case with like to make it look like it's been messed with without making too much noise?
Well, I mean, I don't know how you mean by messed with.
Like, I don't know.
Like a ghoul tried to get into it, or was scratching at it, or something.
Or broke it in.
Yeah, let's say you put like some scratch marks across the glass.
Yeah. And maybe like tug out the drawer so it's a little bit ajar.
Yeah, sure. And it's like crooked.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he is going to go back to the 10 by 10 room the ghoul came out of and investigate.
There is a little I can't remember the name of them. I hope Clark's okay.
Is it a bus?
There is a bust of a very beautiful woman, probably in her mid-20s. There is a like beautiful necklace on her that is made of gold with a red gemstone in the middle that flares out into smaller gemstones, so it looks like an exploding sun crossed with a rose on a gold setting. And then then there is a I can't remember the name of them, but it's the little like makeup stations you see. That's like I got the mirror.
Do you mean a vanity? Oh.
Yeah, the vanity mirror. There's one of those, and on it is a silver comb and a silver mirror, a thing of makeup, and a brooch.
Makeup. Okay.
Take everything.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna roll perception real quick to make sure nothing is rigged, like the display case out there was. Clark's learned his lesson.
And from now on, I will be setting traps in places that there should be traps.
That's okay, because guess what I have?
Nat 20!
You nat 20'd. You did.
Again.
There are no traps in this room. Because this is like a secret room. You weren't supposed to be able to find this room in the first place. So trapping a secret room is kind of redundant.
Alright, he is going to take fucking everything.
You can take all that?
And he wonders for a moment if he misheard Steve's bus as bust and investigates the bust.
No, there's nothing about the old lady.
Okay.
I mean, not the old lady, the bust. Sorry.
Dally's going, take that, old lady. All your stuff and belong to us.
Suck it up.
Right. And once he gets everything, he is going to kind of topple a couple things over and put more claw marks on them.
In the 10x10 room?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And
You
he's
do
going
see though that when there was a way to open this door from this side, except it seems to have been broken off.
Yeah, he is going to go back and check the bedroom for anything valuable again.
I mean, there's some there's like some nightwear, things like that, some clothing, but nothing like that would like bring in the big bucks.
Andrea. And then he's going to check the living room again.
About the same. I mean, there's a bunch of books you could grab, but that if you're interested. But again, nothing of besides the pearl necklace. There's nothing of immense value.
He's going to check in the wardrobe real quick just to be sure.
Clothing, mostly like jackets and like going out wear. Shoes.
Okay. So it sounds like he has everything. So that of value, at least, of immense value.
Yeah, because you could probably like hawk this entire place for a lot of money, but that's a lot of like smaller stuff just being like 10, 15 caps here and there.
It's like in the Thieves Guild in Skyrim when it'd be like, oh, steal 200 gold worth of stuff, and I'm like, okay, so I steal 200 things worth 1 gold.
Yeah. To the bazaar! So yeah, you climb out the window and go back up the rope?
Yep.
Roll me athletics.
Okay. 2.
Yep, you're fine. You make it up there, and the dude's just looking at you like, what the fuck?
Clark is panting, and he goes, there was a ghoul in there.
Well, that explains why no one's seen her. Okay. Did you get the stuff?
Oh, she was the ghoul.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
That explains it.
Yeah.
Fear the lady in the yellow wall.
Now I don't feel at all bad about stealing from her.
Oh! Fear the...
Yeah. That's the lady.
You know what's funny? And that's based off of a short story.
The yellow wallpaper.
The yellow wallpaper.
I've read it.
And basically it's not like, yeah, don't go in this room because if you do, you're probably gonna find the secret room. If you find the secret room, you're gonna be fighting a ghoul. That's basically what he was saying.
Yeah, I decided to use through the window there because I was just kind of like, this razor blade does 3 damage at a time max. There's no way I'm gonna beat this ghoul.
Not really. You're not proficient with punching things.
So I was like, unless I use through the window, there's no way I'm gonna beat it. So.
Yep. And so, yeah, do you have the stuff?
Yeah. And so he reveals the beautiful, sun necklace thingy. And he's like, is this what you were talking about?
Whatever.
Whatever.
Anything
Okay.
else?
Yeah. And he pulls out the silver mirror, the brooch. Hold on a sec, Hunter. Were there any rings in there?
No, why?
Just wondering. Anyways,
Why?
just wondering.
Tell me. I want to know. Because if you
Okay,
give me
what
a
do you
good enough
think?
reason, I might just retcon and say yes.
Gonna PM you. Oh. Or, yeah, you figured it out. I see you smiling, Andrea. Andrea, no!
Hello to
I
the
love you.
face.
Okay. Clark's gonna keep that to himself. He's gonna keep that in his pocket.
So you show him the mirror, the comb, the brooch, the necklace, and the pearls?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. He said, okay, let's get out of here. And so you leave, and I would want to wrap up with you go off, you guys kind of get all the stuff, and you meet a shady person
Shady man.
that you kind of get as like a you definitely an old lady-esque feel about her.
Thren's
And
still tailing them.
she's like super surprised that you got more than one thing, so she's not willing, like she's willing to pay 4,000 for the one thing, and then everything else you get is like slightly less stuff than you would actually get. So she's willing to give the entirety of your group 8,000 caps for everything that you got. So you'll be able to get 2,000 apiece. So you, Bucky, get 2,000 caps.
Nice. That is excellent. Oh, good session. Worth it. Worth fighting the ghoul.
Well played.
Yeah, it's amazing what happens when you actually thief.
Well done, Bucky.
Yeah.
And like when Threnody sees Clark again, yeah, he's got like claws on his face.
Basically, as soon as Thren gets a chance to catch up with Clark again, she's like, why didn't you yell for help?
And he's just like,
Axel is
"Is that
just,
what-" and he
Axel just
just
leaning
gives,
forward and just licking his face.
Oh.
He just-
Aww.
he goes, "Oh yeah, you like the taste of my blood, don't you, rat?"
Oh.
Like,
And he goes, "I'm just kidding, Axel. I love you. You're my bro." Anyways, and he turns to Thren and he goes, and he's just like giving her a look, and he goes, "If I called for help, I would have got caught."
Okay, I suppose.
And he goes, "Anyway, yeah, I went into the apartment. I investigated. Turned out the lady had turned into a ghoul. That's why she hasn't been seen lately.
Right.
So when I opened up her secret room, she came out at me and clawed my face.
Oh,
I
the
threw
woman in
her-
the yellow wallpaper.
What? Like, I know, but Clark doesn't."
Do you not remember Steve saying about not opening the second door? To beware the woman in the yellow wallpaper. No?
He like, it's like slowly dawning on him. He goes, "Should I have checked the... I did check the bust, but maybe I didn't check it thoroughly enough."
No, I think it was bust that Steve said, not bust.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I didn't mishear him, though. Anyways, I got 2 necklaces. One was a pearl necklace, and the other was this beautiful thing, but anyways. A silver mirror, a silver comb, a brooch, and I think that was everything.
Nice. Thren looks faintly envious.
And he smiles at her, and like, did he get like his caps in a box or something, or?
Got 'em.
It's a sack with
Well,
a dollar sign on it.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a sack.
baggy.
You got a sack, and the 4 of you kind of like split them all in certain ways, and then kind of like went off in your own direction. But you're carrying it, however.
Right, so Clark would have tried to get a box for it if he could.
You're just carrying around like a cardboard box.
Yeah, a cardboard box like that is jangling ever so slightly.
I jingle jangle jingle.
I got box, that jingle, jingle, jingle.
Jingle jingle.
And so like he smiles at Thren and he just opens the box and there are 2,000 caps in it.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
To make this put in perspective, the Chandri has probably never seen 2,000 caps at any one time.
Yeah, I'd like to think that, the Chandri does get a little bit of income, because
yeah.
otherwise, yeah. And the people who work there do get kind of paid for their job, but not very much. And it's like, oh.
800 caps is probably a decent number to say, and on everything goes absolutely perfect, probably 1,000 caps. 2,000 caps is unheard of.
She's just very much like, you could swear you can see her mouth watering. Sweet Jesus.
God damn, son.
She just kind of claps Clark on the shoulder and like, good job, Muffin. Good job.
And he says, I told you guys should trust me more.
Yeah. Let's go show the others.
So if we trust Clark to do
You're a
this, what
good
would happen if we
Clark.
trusted Osmond? Oh wait.
She would have run off.
Baby steps.
Yep. So Clark shows
So-
back up with Ren with a box with 2,000 caps inside.
Yeah, he just shows up with a cardboard box.
Thren
Like, does
should-
anyone
Sorry, go ahead.
say anything before he opens the box?
I
It's
mean,
like he's-
Osmond is seen inside the box because Axel's looking inside the box.
Eyes of the
Oh,
beast, very
was she using
clever.
Eyes of the Beast?
Yeah. The whole time.
The whole time? Oh.
The
Aw.
whole time. I was like, I'm gonna keep my eyes on you.
Did Axel follow him into the apartment?
No, Axel
No.
was
Stayed
the
with
thread.
Yeah.
Okay, I figured, but I just wanted to know if like he snuck off without Thren noticing.
Oh my god, that would have been funny. You're losing the fight to the ghoul, and then all of a sudden a bookshelf falls over and crushes the ghoul, and Axel's just
Axel
sitting there like,
flexes.
sup?
See,
Axel
pushing
flexes.
the bookcase on her was one of my ideas. But I like
Yeah,
pushing
Dally-
her out the window better.
Dally, I would have done that, but the bookshelf could have made
It
a
would have
lot
made
of noise.
Yeah, you're absolutely
And-
right. And pushing her out the window was cooler anyway.
So, anyways.
I'd also
So yeah,
like to point out that Clark now has gashes across her face, and Trinity's gash across her face is much less visible. It's like they've swapped.
yeah, so yeah, Clark comes back injured slightly with a cardboard box that is jangling slightly.
Because you said you took everything. You also have makeup.
Oh yes, I do have makeup, and Clark gives that to Thren.
Yay!
I'm just gonna say, like, it's some foundation. It's probably white foundation
Yeah,
Eyeshadow,
that's-
or pale
eyeliner?
foundation.
Yeah,
Eyeshadow, eyeliner, and some lipstick.
she can possibly use the white foundation with brown eyeshadow if there is any to kind of match her skin tone, but it'd be kind of a push. She gives the eyeliner back to Clark.
Clark's gonna hang on to that and not put it on just yet. So yeah, he returns to the group with gashes on his face and a cardboard box that is jangling.
Oh, good, you got the caps.
I come with all of my hard work.
And he just looks around at everyone, like waiting for someone to ask him what he's got.
What's in the box? Sorry.
Osmond's just standing there, just like, I know what's in the box,
And he goes, "Shh, make it more dramatic."
but I know what's in the
what-
box.
I know what's in the box.
Clark,
Yes.
what's in the box?
Oh, who asked? Hunter?
SMACC.
And he
I like this AI.
and he go and he goes, "Jude, what do you think's in the box?"
No one used some kind of dildo.
And he goes, "I would not be able to fit something of this size up my tiny ass, but good guess, really
Well,
good guess."
This
Out of
is
character.
For your ass.
Yeah, no, I'm out of character. Anything's a dildo if you're brave enough.
And so he goes, "Claire, what's your guess?"
Money.
Good guess. Pulse.
I respectfully
Uh,
disagree, good sir.
A lot of smaller dildos.
I thought the tiny dildos.
Jude thinks one big dildo. Pulse thinks a bunch of small dildos. Good. And Clark goes, "Well, I'm gonna say Claire was right. It is money, but now we're gonna play a different game. Guess how many caps are in this box?" And he
Friend.
opens it.
Thren puts her arms up. Ooh, 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 me.
1,000 caps?
You think it's 1,000.
I can see through his eyes, I can't read lips.
100 caps and some scrap metal.
No. He goes, "Guys, I left this room telling you guys that I was gonna get 1,000 caps."
Thren's just
That's why
shuggling
it
his
seems
shoulder.
like a decent. Yes.
He's just shuggling his shoulder going, tell them, tell them.
I
What?
want them to guess.
We're not gonna guess, just tell
Clark,
us.
quit blue balling us.
2,000 caps.
Woo! Thren throws up her arms.
Holy goddamn.
We can afford
Sam,
2 large rooms at Miss Cherry's.
We're not spending all of the money on Miss Cherries.
Yeah, we gotta
No,
save
believe
up.
me, we're not.
Hey, we need to get armor. We got trounced by those Lazarus guys. Right up
Yeah.
until now.
Absolutely, we need armor.
I could steal the armor too.
No!
Stealing
Let's not
armor.
push our luck, Clark.
No.
You did good, but let's not.
Because if you're still the wrong size, then what are we gonna do with it?
Also,
Pocket.
Hello?
It just went a bit quiet, I think.
Did.
Yeah, I thought Ellen was gonna say something though.
Yeah.
Ah,
You okay?
yeah, but I wasn't anyway.
yeah, I'm okay. I just it was either a UTI pain or a phantom ovary pain. I don't know which.
Ovary. Thren looks at the others and goes, so, while Clark was away being a thief, did you guys find Red and Ezekiel at all?
I've been sitting
though
here
I
with
was
my eyes
zarking-
closed.
Even though I was zarging the whole time, can I say that Jude looked?
I think that's fair personally.
Oh, sorry. Sure, but let's say like we discuss what happened
Another-
with all that next
time?
session.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're just
Okay.
going to end with
Next
going,
time
so,
on
yes.
Broken Zone.
where is Red? Dear God, seriously, where's Red? And sorry, Hatter, we ended up going until the usual stop time anyway, after all that.
Sorry.
Well, see, the thing is, like, usually we probably go to like 1 o'clock.
Thank you all very much for playing with me.
Love you, Eli.
Thank you for... Love you too. Thank you, Hatter, for DMing, and thank you, Dolly, for streaming.
Mm-hmm. And what were you going to say,
yeah.
Hatter?
We usually go to like 1 o'clock, so we're still a little early
Okay,
anyway.
that's better than
Fair
that.
Yeah.
But I do need to be going to bed, so.
Alrighty.
Okay.
You go to bed, you gotta work.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll see you tomorrow
Sleep
at
well,
New
Hatter.
Or.
Yeah, see you tomorrow
Hunter,
tomorrow.
if,
Go, come
Hunter-
and show up tomorrow to watch us die.
And also on Saturday. Possibly
Andrea,
for more deaths.
what
Well,
makes
I'm not
you
gonna be
think?
the one dying on Saturday. They are.
Andrea, what makes you think you all are gonna die?
Anyway,
Oh, I don't know. Shola is coming after us.
he's coming after us a bit less now. Anyway, thank you very much everyone for listening. Good night and take care.